Hey, what's up, guys? Guys. Let's continue. Let's continue this Omega releases coverage. I don't know. Maybe we'll talk about something else as well because today quite a number of things have happened. Uh, well, obviously a few days ago, Omega. Well, yesterday. Then we got the leaked JLC releases. I know nobody really cares about the JLC, but we'll take a look at that. And Apple came out with the whole range of new products, the new Mac Studio. I want to talk about the Macs also. I don't know. I think it's nothing to do with watches, but we'll talk about it nonetheless. Tickers!
Hey, how are you doing, man?
Hey, I'm
I hope
doing.
this is a one-off. I like doing your Tickers Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Unfortunately, I have nothing to do. So I figured, you know what, I'll do it.
You had
I'll do it
nothing to do.
this week.
You could have. Yeah, you'd be with the roomie, and you could have like had a day off.
No, I had too much time with the roommate because we went to DC.
Ah,
Right,
so you're fed up with the roommate now. You've had enough
yeah,
of her.
fed up. I'm fed up with the roommate, Tickers. I'm completely fed up. I've had enough. I've had enough. I had to take the stand. Yeah, but and there's actually something to talk about. When there was nothing to talk about, it was just super
Oh, I could
kind
have
of
talked
lame.
about it. I could have told everybody. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't like the fucking green one. So sorry.
Oh, you don't.
I'll
Well,
tell you straight. I don't like the green one.
let's take a look at it.
You
The
take a look at it. Won't change
the
your mind.
brand new, basically a green Paddock 5711 homage. You don't like it? You don't like it?
I
Why?
don't. I'm not right. Okay, it's not. I don't like the watch. I love it. You know, I like the C Masters. I'm a Omega fanboy.
Yeah.
Me, Omega over Rolex personally, any day. That's me.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't. I don't
You're
sit.
an
I just don't
Omega
like.
fanboy? Shut up.
Yeah,
What?
I do. Yeah, I haven't got any yet, but I want Omega. I like Omega. I love Omegas. If I had the money,
What
I'd
do you
have a
like
J.
about them?
Right. I just love that. I love the style of them. I like them. I love the. I told you, I love the No Time to Die. The next
Okay.
watch I want is the Tomorrow Never Dies. Um, James Bond, the
Okay.
one Pierce Brosnan wants. The next one I want
Yes.
2531808000. That's I love it.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
but I just don't like green. I don't like. I don't. I
Mm.
just don't like green dials and bezels. That don't sit with me. I just don't like them. Any of them
Mm. So
colors just don't do.
you're not a fan of the color,
Not a
the
fan of the
color.
green. Any green. I'm not a fan of the Rolex green. Just not me.
Yeah.
Just
Well, you know
personally, I
what?
love
Tickers,
what.
I don't think this is very much Rolex green. This is more of like paddock
It's still
green.
sorry. My apologies. I don't agree. I don't. I was saying it's not because it's a. I just don't like green dials and bezels. That's just me. I
I'll just
mean,
pull it up here side by
Molthred's
side so
got
you
the
know what I'm talking about because
Molthred's got the white version. You know, the white dial. It's beautiful,
uh-huh.
beautiful. The white.
Uh-huh.
You know, the same one as
Yes.
OC's got. Love
Yes. The
it.
white one is a classic, but if
I love it.
you look at
It's
these
not green.
two, this is almost identical. Don't you
Yeah, but it's
agree?
green. I don't like green. So yes.
But I actually I I don't know. I kind of like it. I like it because of the price. It's 5,400. It is kind of low. Uh, it's kind of affordable-ish price for a lot of people, right? Like think of it this way: a Submariner equivalent is double at retail if you can get it at retail, but you can't. However, there's a big problem with this release, and I was turning it over in my head, right? I was always, Omega for the past year was like a brand that like another brand that watch people could turn to instead of Rolex. Like, oh, you're fed up with Rolex AD games? Go and get an Omega. There's a lot of excellent watches, and it was a brand that stood on its own. But now they just became a homage brand instead of like like I was thinking like Rolex kind of pumped up Tudor in order to compete with Omega, but Omega just took that the competition and was just like, you know what, we'll just run with it.
It's a different watch. I mean, Omega. I mean, Rolex don't own the fucking rights to a green dial, green bezel. It's a
Okay,
different. It's a
now
different
there's a
watch with a
difference.
different green. Hang
No
on, let
one
me
is
finish.
saying this
Let
is
me finish.
illegal.
Different
Tickers.
green. Different. Yeah, go on.
No
What?
one is arguing. I'm not arguing that they're doing something illegal.
Not
I'm just
illegal.
saying,
Not saying, but people are pulling the face because they're saying all Omega have done is gone out and copied Rolex, and that we're all saying by calling it a
yeah,
homage brand. You're
because they
putting
did.
disparaging comment. You're disparaging comments by saying they're a homage
Homage is
brand.
not a disparaging comment. There's a lot of
Yeah, but it's sort of
excellent
like
homage brands
yeah,
like
but some people don't
Steinhardt,
like homages
Pagani
and stuff.
Designs.
Okay, you're trying to put it on the same planet as
There's
Pagani Design,
the
and they're not. They're
Tissot,
fucking
right? The
much better.
Tissot makes a lot of excellent homage
Yeah,
watches
I know,
to
but all
Royal
I'm
Oak.
saying is, my kind of thing is Rolex don't own the rights to a green dial and a green bezel,
Uh,
so these like can do what the fuck they want. It's a different green. They've got a
they
wavy dial,
could,
and the
but
dial on
why?
the Rolex isn't wavy, and the date is at 6 o'clock. The Rolex is not at 6 o'clock, and the
But
bracelet's different. It's a fucking
they
different
could.
watch.
But tickers,
And
tickers.
fuck
Let me ask you
Rolex if
this.
they think they've copied them because it's got a green dial and a green
So you don't
bezel.
think there's nothing?
Fuck
You don't
you.
think that they're copying? You
No,
are you
not at
saying that this is
all.
just a coincidence?
No, they want a green watch. Oh God,
Wait,
Amiga.
so
As I said, no. Let me finish. You asked me a question. Let me
yes,
finish. Rolex don't own the right to having a green watch. Omega just decided we want a green watch, and they've got one. That's simple as
and
that.
same thing. They decided we want the green chronograph with yellow gold. We wanted
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's a
a
good
deep
seller.
sea
It's a good
with
seller for Rolex, who will
wait
make it.
wait
Yeah.
tickers. So they
Yes.
also
Yes.
decide, and this is all just a coincidence, right? This all
Exactly. The colours they
it's just
wanted. You haven't
it's
changed the
one
watch.
coincidence, two
No, it's all
coincidence,
coincidences. When you
three
shut out to it,
coincidence,
it's their own
four
watch.
coincidence, and I can
Not wrong
point
with
out
that.
two more
As I've
coincidences.
said, Rolex don't own the fucking colours. They've decided to make them colours. It's like you saying, and let me finish before you interrupt. It's like a Ford driving down, having a red car, and then suddenly another make never makes a
Yes,
red car before, and suddenly they
yes,
make a fucking red one. Have they
yes.
copied Ford because they made a red car? No, they fucking haven't. He wanted a red car.
No. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what my argument is. Just really quickly here, Lee Jacek, £1 79 cents. Settle down, tickers. Grab a brew.
There you
Look,
go. Settle down. There you go.
settle down. Come on, calm down,
There
everybody.
you
Okay,
go.
tickers. I'm not saying that brands can't copy, and I mean, are you saying that they're? Are you? Let me
Go on.
ask you a question.
Spit it
Are
out.
you
Go
saying
on.
they're not copying Rolex?
Yeah. They're
You're
copying. They're
saying they're
copying them by
not.
having the only way they're copying them, and it's not copying, but you say it is, so I'll give you that, is having those colours the same as Rolex. They're not even the same fucking colour. The green is different, as you said. The watch is totally different.
Well,
The
don't you
dial is
think that they made the green just a little bit a shade of different so that people won't
yeah,
accuse
but
them
you
of
don't.
of
Yes, anyone
copying,
can have
of
a
blatant
green
copy?
fucking watch.
Do
Rolex
you know,
don't
like
own the fucking
homage
palette.
watches? You realize that when brand makes a homage watch, they don't copy them exact. I didn't say this is a copy. I said this
No,
is
it's a
like a
homage.
homage. Yeah, it's all like
But I don't think
this.
it's a homage just because they've got the same colour. They've had that Omega Seamaster for fucking years.
Well,
They've just made.
why did they wait until now? Now that these Daytonas are selling for such an incredible premium, why
I don't
wait
know. I don't think
until?
there's. I don't think there's a. Really don't think. As I've said before,
So
Rolex
you
do
think
not
it's a
own the
coincidence?
rights
Like
to
they
having a
had
green
years,
fucking diver watch.
tickers. They had 10 years to make a green Seamaster. Why wait until Rolex Hulk goes for insane premium?
No idea. No idea.
Oh, so
I
they're
don't
just
know. Ask fucking Omega. Get him on the fucking show.
come
All
on,
I
man,
know.
come on,
All I
man,
know is the fact is they're
get
allowed
with
to
the
do it because Rolex
program.
don't own the rights to the colours.
But no, nobody's saying that they have the
But
that.
people are making disparaging comments that the fact is they're wrong by doing it, or they're a bit naughty doing it, or it's a bit of a cop out doing it, and I don't think it
Speedy
fucking is.
Hernandez,
No
$2 super
idea.
chat. Jerry. Thank you. Listen, tickers. It's not just they didn't just this actually I should make a meme of my own because we found another two. It's basically and not just that, but also the whole. Actually, if we go to Scottish watches Instagram, I think they made a really good comparison.
Hello,
Scottish.
Batch Guitar. Yeah, you know me, mate. Spice all the way. You know what you get with me. Say it as it
Yes.
is. Don't
So
be. I'm not. I'm
even
not. I'm not a fucking sheep.
so even their kind of I mean, I'm not saying these are
Don't be now.
exact
Don't. So
total blatant
how dare
copies.
they make a how dare they
This
make a blue 39 millimeter dress watch? The whole mighty
Well, no,
fucking
no,
Rolex
there's nothing
own the
wrong with
right to a
this.
blue dress watch.
Nothing,
Do they
nothing
fuck?
wrong. There's one thing, but here's the thing: people can't fucking come here and say that Omega they're so good.
I fucking
Look,
can.
I am an
You say
Omega
Rolex is
fanboy.
so good.
Tickers,
You
I'm an
kiss
Omega fanboy. I just bought an Omega Speedmaster. I think
no, the fans bought it. No, the fans bought it.
well the fans bought it,
I'm
but
joking.
I
I'm
mean,
joking. Yeah, you're the one who kisses the toilet bowl of fucking Rolex.
well, I
Come
don't.
on.
Hey, hey,
Hey, yeah. What?
hey. I think
What?
there's a lot of people who would love to kiss the toilet bowl of Rolex because Rolex are leaders. Omega, they're just followers. Unfortunately, it's
No, I
sad. It is.
disagree.
I'm not.
Just because they
It's
make
sad.
a green fucking dialed watch
Are
does
you
not
seeing
make
this?
them
It's
a
not just
fucking
one
follower.
watch, Tickers. It's not just one watch. It's the whole release. The whole release. It's just a. It's just a homage. Bourbon Heart, $2. The DNA test shows Rolex is not the father. Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh my god. This is so good. And Tim
Ooh, I've
Jackson, one
enjoyed the.
pound 79 Omega are cashing in. Who cares? Yeah, they're well, they are. They are definitely cashing in. You know, like I think this is what happened. Uh in this analysis, right? People always complain about Rolex because Rolex never makes what people want, right?
Who's
They
Dirty
like
Debbie? Ask you ready to know who Dirty Debbie is. If Dirty Debbie, I don't know. I will miss Dirty Debbie. If she wants to come round, I'll
who's a who's a dirty
kindly
Debbie.
miss. I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know. I wish I knew
Paul M
myself. I
says
don't.
it's a Rolex circle jerk party.
Mr.
uh,
GMT, hello.
What's going on, boys?
hey,
What's
Mr.
going
How's
on?
it
Well,
GMT.
going?
I'm just putting some sense into this Rolex
Listen,
fanboy here.
listen,
That
listen. I've got to be brief.
go
I've
on,
got to be brief because I'm at
Quick.
work,
go
right?
on, go on.
So what I'm going to say here is Omega is one of the most smartest companies I have ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Let
Yeah,
me
Yes.
explain to you why. Okay?
go on.
They've
Tell
Yeah,
us.
seen how everything is going through the roof
Yes.
with Rolex. So they go, fuck this. Why don't we get on the bandwagon
Yes.
and do the
yeah.
same? So
Yes.
where people can't get a Hulk, they can get the green. I call it the swamp thing because it's got waves on it and it's got fucking green. So I call it the swamp thing. But beside the point, what it's called, they made a green diver.
Mm-hmm.
So what they saw that the rubber panda, the gold panda, is going through the roof. So what they did was they brought out a gold thing. I personally think they're brilliant. I personally think what
Mm-hmm.
they're doing, forget what anyone thinks, is brilliant
Yes.
because
Yes.
they're getting on that bandwagon now at the perfect time. Because I personally think it's a perfect time because Rolexes have gone through the roof and you got to get bum raped with no lube to actually get one. So that's my take on it. So
You
whatever anyone thinks, I think they're brilliant.
you know, Mr. GMT, here I'll add to that because for the past 2 years there was this argument. Oh, you can't get Rolex. Instead of getting Rolex, why not go and just get an Omega? Those are readily available and they're amazing watches. The only problem at that time was is that they didn't have watches that kind of were too similar. Like maybe somebody wanted a Hulk, but like if you want the Hulk, you can't go to Omega and get a Hulk because they didn't have something similar to it, right? Like
Yeah.
that argument was like a bit like weird. Like oh, if you want Rolex, but you can't buy it, go to Omega. They'll probably have something for it, and they honestly they did it. But now
They
they
did,
like
yes.
literally have the whole catalog. They just
They do,
just
but
duplicated
that's
everything.
brilliant. That is
Yeah.
brilliant.
It is.
But
That is
okay,
But answer me a
so
question.
brilliant.
Answer me a question. As high-end watch buyers that you guys are and I'm not, tell me something. I thought if somebody wants a Rolex something or other, like a James Cameron,
Mhm.
if they haven't got, won't they just wait out and go it and go, go and pay? They won't suddenly turn around and, well, they haven't got that, I'll go and buy the Amiga, will they? I mean, it's not if someone wants a James Cameron, they want a James Cameron, and the
No, but a
Yes,
lot
but
of
what
people.
what we're trying to say, they're unattainable. They're unattainable, man. There's a lot of them that are unattainable. So what they did
Also-
was
Right.
Amiga
Also-
gave them the option to actually purchase it. It might not scratch the itch. Maybe you do want a Rolex, and it might not scratch the itch. But you know what? In reality, if prices keep on going up the way they're going, it doesn't matter how much you want that fucking itch to get scratched. It's not going to, because
not
you won't be
going
able to afford it.
Right.
Yeah.
So Omega had brought you an opportunity to actually be able to afford something that's similar to what Rolex has. They're brilliant.
Yeah.
What they're doing right now are fucking brilliant. I don't
But-
give a shit what anyone
Mr.
says.
Jim,
That's
How would
my
the quality be? How would the green quality be? How would the James Cameron looking Omega quality wise be, do you think, to the James Cameron? The blue one, the ones that look the same.
Man, you can't knock Omega's quality.
No,
Amiga's
right,
quality
okay,
is
okay.
brilliant.
Solid. It's
Yeah.
solid. It's
Good.
solid.
Okay, yes, you
Excellent.
can't. We can't even go there. They've been around fucking forever,
Spot
so
on.
they're not.
Good.
They're not
Good.
just.
I love
they're not
I love
just-
Omega. My next watch is going to be No Tomorrow Never Dies, fucking vintage
Look,
Omega. I love it.
and you should do that. You buy what you love, right?
That is going to be- yeah, that's what
most
I'm gonna
importantly,
get.
you buy what you love.
I
But
mean,
that's my
you
opinion,
said-
boys.
I mean, okay,
Just
it's the same
remember that.
colour as a Yachtmaster, but Rolex don't own that colour scheme.
No, it doesn't matter what they're doing. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what they're doing? Do you understand what they're doing?
I
They're
understand,
brilliant.
but I remember
They're brilliant. They're brilliant.
I've heard people
Okay,
trying to
well,
say that's a
Mr.
rip-off
Jim
of
T,
a
Mr. Jim
Yachtmaster,
T,
and it's
hold on.
not.
I have to push back about this whole brilliance thing because
They're brilliant.
it's brilliant in a short term. Short term in maybe in the
Right.
next
It's not short term
year,
because if Rolexes
Yeah.
keep going the way they're going, it's going to
but
be a
this-
fucking long term.
but this is it's damaging to the brand.
Let me see fuck damaging.
It
is.
not
It is
damaging to the
damaging
brand.
to the brand.
No, it's not.
It is.
In what way?
I'll
In what
explain
way?
why. I'll explain why. Just
In
give
what
me a
way?
second,
I've
guys.
got to hear. I've got to hear this.
I would hear this.
Oh,
right.
circular
Okay, let me
logic's
just
coming
read
out.
these-
Circular
Let me
logic's
read
coming
these
out.
super chats, and I'll tell you why. Evan
Yes,
Hogan
you tell me
Camp,
why.
$2 could say same with Rolex re-releasing Hulk, maybe. I don't know if that necessarily falls into that same bracket because they, Rolex.
They originally had one, so it doesn't.
Yeah, they already
Right.
had one. So
Let's hear this.
And that's not going to be obtainable anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Even
Paul
if they bring
M,
it.
member for 10 months. Thank you so much, Paul, for being a member for 10 months. 2,000 pounds super chat. All right. Thank you for that. And Miego D, $5 super chat. A watch being unobtainable doesn't lead me to buy a lesser watch that looks similar, only makes me want it more. This is the problem, okay? Then
But
Miego,
hang on.
no, wait.
People-
I'll tell you this. The fact this is so damaging for 1 second here. It's so damaging for Omega because they just position themselves as Tudor. They literally put themselves in the second place behind Rolex by making this move in the sense. Because
why?
think of it this way, because people won't Hulk.
Get on it.
I'll tell you why. So, for example, when I was buying my Submariner, original Submariner 40, I looked at other watches. I looked at Aquaterra. I looked at Aqua Racer, and I looked at Black Bay because those were very similar to the Submariner. Okay, but you know what? You know what happened? What happened to those other two homage watches to the Submariner? They're not going anywhere. They're just second to best. They're never going to be the best. It solidifies their place in the market. Omega had really good. I mean, they were going head to head with Rolex, like in these original designs. But with this, they firmly cement themselves as we're just here. We're behind. We're just 1 year
Why?
behind.
You haven't explained why. Just by having that watch. Why does that watch in front of you put them behind Rolex? Explain
because
why.
Rolex already made this watch,
Actually makes
and
fucking sense. Go on.
Rolex
That
made
isn't a
this
Yacht
one.
Master. It's not a Yacht Master. It's a white dial, blue bezel, which they're allowed to fucking
There's a
make.
reason
It doesn't
why
have
they
Yacht Master on the dial. It doesn't have red on the dial.
Tickers.
It's not
There
Yacht
are
Master.
millions of colors that Omega could have chosen for this. For this,
they're allowed
deep
to
sea.
choose that.
They chose
they're allowed to.
Tickers. They chose
Yes.
the same watch. They opened the Rolex catalog and they said we want the colors so that people will be confused. This is not a. You think this is just accident? You think they were like, oh, what colors can we come up with? No, they fucking opened the catalog and they said we want to copy every single piece that there is in here. That's it.
And they're allowed to do it. It's no Rolex to own the fucking colors.
But they're not allowed to say.
it.
But now they're not allowed to say that we're number one. We're the great. We're just as good. No, you're a follower. You open the catalog and you copied everything. You're second. You're second best. You're second best, and that's the problem.
So as Rolex, in all Rolex history, have they never looked at anything Omega do and then copied them ever? Can you hold?
I don't know. It's hard
to
to
say.
say.
Your heart that Rolex
actually, if you go back 70 years, maybe. One second. Sorry. Night Risk Washman, welcome to the show. What?
Hello.
I'm calm.
You guys are quite heated there. What's going on? Just walked into a war zone.
I just think
passionate
that
about watches.
Think that Rolex own the fucking world and own them colors. They can make whatever colors they want, and if they sell,
they could. But why didn't they? So, for example, you look at the orange one. That's an original color. Hey, look.
Yeah,
it
probably isn't fucking selling. They'll probably find out that the colors.
There you go.
That's an original color. One sell more. Brilliant. Great.
What?
They probably work out that the colors they do, the same as Rolex's, will sell more. Great. We'll make it.
Yeah, exactly. So they didn't make
Rolex
these colors for any specific reason. They chose these colors because they opened up a Rolex catalog, and that's
correct. That's good business sense. Somebody looks at a color that's selling for somebody else, will make one of them colors. Not fucking wrong with it. Not wrong with it.
Well, they're followers, but then you're a follower. You're not a leader. You're not. They're not leaders.
Because the color doesn't make it the best. Somebody might like that blue and white one, and they might like the date where it is. They might like the style of it.
In this case, it does because they're just blatantly copying the colors. Okay, 1 second. Let me get these two super chats.
Yeah.
1 second. Watches 63,
carry on.
£4.49. Omega, our marketing genius.
Yeah,
maybe in the short term, I agree. Look, it's gonna sell. It's gonna sell because what do people want? They want Rolex. They can't go Rolex. They'll go for something that kind of looks like it.
Yeah,
but
all the marketing is done for them on these watches. They don't need to lift a finger. That's all.
Somebody might turn around and say, I wanted that Seamaster, but I really, really, really wanted a white dial and a blue ring. I really love the Seamaster. I don't like the Rolex Yachtmaster. I like the Seamaster bracelet. I like the movement. I like Omega's stick. I really want one with a white dial and a blue bezel. And they fucking get it. And suddenly
sorry to interrupt, Tickers. Sorry to interrupt. I've said what I had to say. I still think they're geniuses. Everything's there laid on the table for them. They've done what they had to do. They're going to sell watches. It doesn't matter what we say. They will sell these watches regardless. And there will be waiting lists on some of them. So we know this. It's just a fact the way things are. I personally think they're geniuses. I'm out. Everyone stay sexy. I love you guys. Remember, support Timmy's upright. This has been awesome. I love this. This debate has been wicked. Keep it up, and I'll be watching in the background. Take care. Stay sexy, boys.
Take care, guys.
Later. Joseph,
wants to see the
Let me just catch up with the chat, guys. Just give me a second.
Sorry.
Joseph D, $10. Omega is Tim Wright of Watch Talk, and Archie is Rolex. Sorry, Tim. Exactly. Literally, I'm
true.
Building on. Yeah. It's exactly perfect read. We got Rolly Mania, £1.79. TN Tickers colors.
Oh yeah. Actually, that's why.
Blue. That's why he's so defensive. And
that's why he loves it so much.
Actually, didn't think of that.
2,000 rubles. You can't talk about Omega except for the Swatch Group. 50 Fathoms would always be the first and best diver.
Yeah,
really
50
good point.
50 Fathoms was the first diver. Of course, it was.
It was. Yep.
Yep.
It was. But, unfortunately,
going back to this Yachtmaster 2 thing with the complication is not similar at all. It's just a basic time teller and can go underwater further.
I didn't say
and
that.
The second point with Yachtmaster 2 is but with Yachtmaster 2, there's a certain niche market for a Yachtmaster 2. It's normally quite flashy, right? It's normally quite ostentatious.
It's the same one from a far away.
So you would not get someone who's flashy and ostentatious think I'm going to go and buy an Amiga because I can't get the big flashy.
Come on. There was so many colors.
They're not going to buy it. They're not going to do that. That's a different market.
No. Hold on a second. It's the same watch. It's literally the same watch.
It fucking isn't the same watch. The only thing the same of it is the color of the dial on the thing. It does not make it the same watch because it's a white.
You know why? You know why you guys are saying that? You know why you're saying that? Because you guys are freaking watch geeks. Normal people out there, they don't give a fight about what kind of complication it is.
Don't give a flying fuck.
You look at these two watches.
Even the
that's
blue's
the same watch.
Different.
Normal people wouldn't buy either of these watches.
Yeah,
I've got a Timex or an Apple Watch. I'll have an Apple Watch. That's what a normal person would buy.
The bezel are different. The markings on the dial different. The bracelet's different, and it's a fucking different color of blue.
But you step away 10 feet. Tickers, you step away 10 feet, and these watches look identical. Come on, man. Are you telling me you would be able to tell the difference who's wearing which watch if there was two guys and they were like, on the other side of the room?
No, well, look, Kevin says, Timmy, what Kevin says here, no normal people will buy the Yachtmaster 2 because it's a big right. That's not a normal person's watch. That's very niche.
There might be plenty of other white dial blue. You won't be able to tell. There's probably another 5 watches out there we haven't considered, which are a white dial with a blue bezel. They're for 20 fucking feet away. Will look anything like these two.
Where are these white watches with blue bezel?
Carry on.
Yeah, find me. Find me one.
Let me find it. Let me find. Yeah, let's find it. Okay, carry on.
I'll find one for you.
Carry on.
Yeah. One more time. KC, thank you for the 2,000 rubles. Freaking legend. You can't talk about the Amiga except for the swatch. Yeah, and I think this is straight up. These designs, these color combinations are coming straight from the Swatch Group. They were told what the colors to make. And boom, and they have
in the market. They are addressing that gap in the market. They're not addressing Amiga's heritage and DNA. They're not doing that. They are addressing a gap in the market. That's what.
I mean, this is really clever. Why they did this color combination, but without like a regatta timer, because this gives them a lot of defense. They think they can get away with it because it's a different complication.
The regatta timer is useless as well.
Of course. And you can use the timing bezel as a regatta
colors,
timer.
Those are different colors,
dude,
though, Tim. They're not
dude,
the same color.
Yachtmaster has a regatta timer. Basically, regatta timer is just a 10-minute countdown. What do you think this timing bezel is? That's a regatta timer right there. Come on.
Yeah, but the colors are different. I'm saying those are the same colors. I don't think they are the same color.
Mr. Zoso, $2. Everyone copies, but no one else is Rolex. Game over. Finished.
Yeah. That's true. No one's arguing that. No one is arguing that.
Amiga was making killer moves and would take the crown within 10 years. I was called delusional. Now look what's happening. Only halfway through, 5 years to go, guys. Go Amiga. I don't know. I mean,
there's 3 watches in the private chat, all different, all with white dials, all with blue bezels. They're for 20 feet away. You couldn't fucking tell.
Oh my god! I mean, these are homage watches. You literally proved my point. You literally proved my point.
The other 2 are
a Steinhardt. Tickers a fucking Steinhardt. You just proved that all that Amiga is a fucking homage brand.
It's not a Steinhardt.
Just throw Amiga under the bus.
It's not Steinhardt. Read the fucking dial. It's not Steinhardt.
Tim, Tickers. Why the fuck would you want this Planet Ocean in the first place?
Shut up a minute. I'm talking to this conversation. I didn't say I wanted that Planet Ocean. Just shut up. I'm talking to Tim. Tim, it's not a Steinhardt. Read the dial properly. It's not Steinhardt.
It's even worse. It's a homage of a Steinhardt.
It's a Snidehart, which is even worse.
Oh my god!
It's still a white dial blue bezel for 20. That's what I'm saying. You just said to me, You cannot find any more watches than a white dial, and a blue bezel that couldn't look like that from 20 fucking feet
David
away. I found
H.
3.
They're
Simple
literally.
as that. You don't show. You
Hold
don't
on, hold
own the
on, hold
colour.
on, hold on, hold on.
Anyone
hold
can
on.
have whatever
Da-
colours
hold
you
on,
want. They
hold
don't
on.
own it.
That's
Hold
true.
on,
This is
hold on,
true.
hold
This
on,
is true.
Stickers,
David
Stickers.
H is
I
right.
mean,
Yeah.
True.
Stickers. Hold on, hold on, hold on. You literally proving myself. You're proving me right with these 3 examples, because this is a straight up knockoff. Okay, so basically there's nothing different between this one and the Yachtmaster. Then the second example you bring up is another. This is another.
Bad.
It's an Invicta, man. You know what Invicta
Yeah.
is? It's a
Yeah.
Rolex homage brand. That's all they do.
Well,
They
so
just
what? We didn't
homage
discuss
things.
that. We just said, I just said from 20 feet away, there could be any white dial blue, and you said there aren't
It's
any more.
homages. These guys just ripping stuff off,
That's the
man.
question. I found you 3. You said you couldn't find any. That's what
Dude, the
argument
other
is.
2 are straight up homage brands. They're not even like real watch brands. They're not making original content. They're just copying content 1-to-1 almost. David H. First time I have seen such a vigorous defense of the Yacht
This is
Master
true.
2.
Well, no one defends the Yacht
Unbelievable.
Master 2.
And
Hello, mate. Hello, mate.
KC.
I've got one of these coming to you at some point. I'm sure if you order one. I've got your email today as well, by the way, about your watch.
Casey, thank you for 1,000 rubles. Yachtmaster, we saw only on Rolex website, and tomorrow Manny will be able to buy an Omega.
Wait, isn't
Ooh.
1,000 rubles like 20 cents right now?
I don't
Ooh,
know.
10 cents.
Sorry. It's 1,000
Ooh,
rubles.
now
I
it's
think
5
there's gonna be
cents.
some kind of exchange, but I mean, it shows it's like $50, apparently. So, according to YouTube, really generous donation, KC. Thank you. It's a different KC. It's not the KC Aquatics. First time I'm seeing this guy, but welcome to the show, man. Yachtmaster, we saw only on Rolex website, and tomorrow, man, you will be able to buy an Omega. Actually, I see a lot of these Yachtmasters. And then, okay, 1 second. So, Tickers, you sent me one more example, and this one, unfortunately, the shade of blue here is completely different. This is Breitling. Sure, but the shade of
Still
blue.
Blue.
Actually, you know what? I would say this is also kind of homage because it is a diver with the blue bezel and white
Well,
dial.
actually, I said the shade of blue between the 2 original
Yeah,
one we're looking at.
and then
is
look,
different.
the second's hand. The second's hand is red, just like on the
Yeah.
Yachtmaster. So Breitling is kind of homaging a Yachtmaster as well.
Yeah,
Even though like a Yachtmaster is not even like it used to be not such a crazy.
That blue is
Rolex.
different. That blue different. The bezel is different.
They're more
fucking
closed and
not
different.
fucking at
Okay,
all.
they're
I said it's
closer
a
to
white
each
dial,
other
but
than
it's
they're
a white
different
dial
from each
blue
other.
bezel, which they're allowed to do, and it's not fucking copying.
I didn't say they're not allowed to do it. They're obviously allowed to do it. It's just I'm saying this is. I think they're going to be able to sell these because of
Yeah.
I think long term it's going to be extremely damaging to Omega.
Okay.
Okay, and Speedy Hernandez $2. Pull her hair. Shut up.
We want to learn 4-9 and 4-9's fine. Lose his shit because he said here's the word homage one more time.
I hear the look. I don't want to be the break. I just bought an Omega. I invested money into the brand.
You invested in 20%.
I'm the last.
You invested
person
in
that wanted to see this.
20% of an Amiga.
Look, I don't wanna. This hurts. This really hurts
Tim,
me deeply. KC 1,000 rubles. Let's be honest. Omega is a Speedmaster. Yep. Look. Omega. It's a Seamaster Frost, right? It's the Seamaster Frost brand. Let's pull it up. So the one thing that I've been like churning this whole Omega release in my mind, right? And actually, I realized that there's one watch that I really like in this release. Really, really like. Okay, and it's the new Heritage 57.
Yeah, the 57 hand wind. Yeah.
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 I think
nice.
it is the most innovative one. It is because you look at this. Okay, so Ultra Deep. Unfortunately, like it's a good watch. It's a good watch, but I'm disappointed in the color choice. Like too many coincidences for me to take kind of accept it as they're not following just the trend. Then the Aquaterra, too close. I'm sorry, it's too close to the Oyster Perpetuals. Then the green Seamaster again, too close. Constellation, the other stuff people don't care about. But
Tim,
the
did you see
Seamaster 57,
the picture I
purely
sent on
original.
the Tim? The picture I sent on the WhatsApp with the from Scottish Watches, this Mr. Bean, and you just look at the OPs and pull that one up. It just shows it's pretty much like for like with OP and these Aquaterras.
Oh, I missed the super chat. Just really quickly here.
Oh,
Sorry.
KC, let's be honest, Omega Speedmaster. I think there's one
Omega
after that.
looks like they
Oh.
copying Invicta. Ooh, that's brutal. That is brutal. Tickers.
Wow.
Wait, which watch is this one?
Ooh.
That's the
The
57.
Speedmaster 57.
Yeah, this is the most, to me, this is the most original one out of
Yeah.
the bunch. The colors are original, even like the burgundy red one. The movement is original. The everything is kind of originalish for it. KC, 1,000 rubles again. Jesus Christ, what a freaking legend of today's live stream. I'm sorry, I'm just an Omega fan. Rolex never makes Snoopy. Ooh, yeah. Actually, in retrospect, now I didn't like the Snoopy. I was like, oh, this kind of toyish thing. They're being too cute with the Snoopy. But now in like thinking back, right? I'm like, oh my god, I wish they keep making Snoopies. Just because that is such it's an original thing.
Brian and Rolly Mania both wanted you to drop the link if you can.
Drop the link. Drop the link.
Romania's coming on. Wow. Excellent.
He must be fired up.
This is fired up to come on. Yes. Yes.
Come on, he's got the gloves on. Yeah. You take the
Oh,
gloves
I
off.
think
Yeah.
Just remember who's
think,
got your cup. Just remember, Rolly, who's got your cup, mate. Yeah, all packaged up here. Just remember that before you come on. Just saying.
Oh yeah.
By the way, for your information, Red, I'm a bit taller than 4'5", but thanks for fucking trying.
Not for
Hey,
Rolly.
Brian.
Timmy.
Hey, just a second here. Let me read this one. Paul M, £4.49. Careful, Tim. You're gonna get tea and ticker sausage in your ear. At the level watch show, if you keep winding him up. That's pretty cool. Hey Brian, Brian, just really quickly, what's your opinion on these Omega releases?
Well,
Are you a fan or you think it's homage?
Let's get off the homage bandwagon because otherwise,
Hey!
the only car that would be allowed to be black would be a Ford because Ford was the first one to do black cars. The wristwatch, everything after the Cartier is an homage because Cartier was the first one to put a watch on a wrist. And shit, there's only so many things you can do. So get over it. Everybody's copying.
Whoever does a
everybody.
black car, he's not a leader. The best car in the world. If he's not a Ford, he's not a leader. If he's a black one because Ford's the first one.
But
Yeah.
guys,
Right.
that's
And,
not.
and, I, and
There
I'm
you
an
go.
homage to my parents. So get over
There
it.
you
Yeah.
fucking go.
You know
Get
what?
over it.
But
Yeah.
watches, I think.
Well, Rolex is
cars-
Omega's parents.
Unlike in cars, I think in watches it does matter.
Now, do I like any of them? No.
Fuck no.
Really? Have a
Nah.
fucking word with yourself. Brian, have a word
They're
with
all
yourself.
they're all dog shit.
No, I'm gonna wait and find what Cameron buys,
yeah,
and then I'm
sorry.
gonna buy that.
Hey, sorry, Mr. fucking 36 fucking girly watch. What are you saying? Be dead.
It's 34.
Mm.
What was it last night? No, let me bring it. What was it last night? oh, those fixed lugs won't look on a girl. I said they look better on a girl. It won't look good for catching the girls. Well, fixed lugs on my manly watch will look better than your 36 girly watch. Fuck me dead. Jesus
No.
Christ.
I did feel
Yeah.
like you two needed some marriage counseling, though, going over
yeah.
that argument there at the beginning.
Well, no, that's what he said last night. I was trying to sleep, and then I suddenly heard him come out with that fucking chestnut about, oh, them fixed lugs won't look and get you a girl. Says him
They'll get you
wearing
pepper spray, T.
girly
That's
fucking
the
watch.
closest thing you'll get.
Sorry?
Fixed lugs will not get
I
you
think
a
we're
girl.
going in a strange
That's what he-
area
that's-
now. Let's
that's
move
what
on
he
from
said,
Tickers
yeah.
couldn't sleep because of that
Let's
comment.
move on.
want-
Cameron,
No, I tell you what, I slept brilliant after I paid the $5 to kick the fucker off. I slept really well, trust me.
Well, it only costed $2 last night. It only costed $2,
I
and somebody
slept
took care
very
of it.
well.
he
I
added
paid
to
$5
it. He
just to
added
make
to it.
sure.
It was worth the
I
money.
paid $5.
That's how much he wanted you, Cameron. He paid $5.
Yeah.
Paid double plus more just to make sure. So yeah, no, seriously, mate. I mean, we heard your story a few weeks ago about going to some bar, flexing your watch in front of some bird. I remember you saying that. I thought it was quite hilarious.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's what
Jesus
the
Christ.
whole was
Hey.
like.
Jerry, mate. There's more to life, mate. You'll realise there's more to life than flexing a fucking watch in front of a girl. Jesus Christ.
Now, part of my problem with these Omega releases is that they kind of screwed me on the Snoopy, and I'm still pissed off at them for that, and basically told me in the Las Vegas Omega boutique in December that if I bought this $7,500 watch that they only had the box for, that I could then spend another $75,000 and they'd move me up the list for the Snoopy. It's like, yeah, right. So
That's disappointing. Joseph D, another $10 and we'll boot Cameron. Thank you for asking.
No, another $20. $20
$20?
to boot me
Hold on,
today.
Tim's show. He can choose. If he said $10, it's $10 fucking dollars, mate. It's
No,
his
I
show.
set the prices on what
It's
to
not
boot.
the
I
camera,
said
you know,
$2
when we all
yesterday.
set the show, I think
Sometimes
I said
it's
$5.
cheaper.
Today
Let's
is
not
20.
argue
Yeah.
about how expensive it is to boot Cameron.
it's Tim's show.
Tea and shit is $2. Tea and shitters is better than tea and tickers, better than the peasant cam. Ooh.
I mean, it is
Yeah.
T's show today. It's
Guys,
Tickers Tuesday.
we're in the presence
tonight.
of
Tim,
royalty
Tim,
here.
It's Tim tonight.
Showcase. How you doing?
Ooh, Joseph.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
I can.
Hey,
Good,
how
good,
you-
mate.
how
All
you-
good.
how you-
Next
you're right, mate.
one. Hey guys, we're in presence of Omega royalty, my biggest competitor, the Omega fanboy.
Hey,
Okay.
yeah, so maybe
How
fanboy.
you doing, man?
So, right, this homage thing with Amiga.
Yeah.
Let's just squash this for the right. So, Amiga have been making a Seamaster longer than Rolex have made a Submariner.
Is that
Right.
true?
That's fact.
Mhm.
So, the Amiga then it
Oh.
evolved over the years, and there is an evolution of the Amiga Seamaster. There is an evolution that you can follow all the way to these dive watches. These dive watches, there is elements of these dive watches that stem back to 1957, right?
Yeah.
The Deep Sea, the James Cameron, doesn't have that heritage behind it.
Yeah.
So the Amiga Seamaster is its own watch. The fact that Amiga have put green on it is clearly they are playing to the market. Of course they are. Amiga have an entire market department beyond belief.
And
who are
James,
there.
just to clarify, who created that market, that green hype? Just so we're clear.
but wait, who did the first?
Wait, Brian.
Seiko. With
Yeah.
the openness.
Yeah, I'd actually argue probably somebody else other than Rolex. Because remember
Okay.
that the Rolex Hulk, the Submariner Hulk, was a tough sell when it first was released. Nobody wanted it.
That's
The Hulk was a
true.
tough sell for
But
Rolex,
that's
and
the
it
same
was
thing
only,
with the 5711. 5711 was unsellable originally, but
it
now
was
it's
only
the hottest.
when it was only when the CEO of Rolex said that the Submariner Hulk was his favorite watch of the brand. The hype began. I bought my Submariner Hulk from the window of the Rolex AD. It wasn't in the safe; it was in the window, sat next to a black Submariner, and it
Yeah.
was about 6 months later the hype began, and I don't think Rolex created the green hype. I think we can give Rolex credit for the green dive watch hype. I think that can be said.
Yes.
But I think
that's the hottest green dial sports watch on the market.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
But
But
behind
also,
the Patek 5711.
but
But Patek is hot for a different. I think it's a different category. Steel sports versus just diver category.
But
Speedy Hernandez $5 super chat. Boom! You just got showcase. Ooh!
Showcase. One thing though, they did release the Green Seamaster once the Rolex hype had taken off.
Yes,
They
it could have been the Green Seamaster when
did do that. I agree. That's the one point I would say. That's the one point I'd say. I think Omega's a great brand, and no one owns any colors, but they did release that green at the time. It's a different green, but they did release it at the time when the hype was really huge.
So
kicked in,
If I was at Omega, if I was running Omega, I would have a room full of guys or women in a marketing team, and they'd all be sat around saying, "Right, guys, how can we sell more watches?" And I would be the guy that would say, "Well, look, guys, Rolex have made all these watches. They have created this hype, but they are not able to fulfill the orders because they've got brand snobbery and they've got the preferred client bullshit. So they created all this shit, but then they couldn't deal with it. So then Omega thought, well, we've got the ability to make watches. We already have the Seamaster. It doesn't take much for us to change the Seamaster from blue to green. Let's try it."
Yeah.
So that was an easy fix. So a homage is when somebody looks at a Rolex Submariner and says, "I'm going to make a homage to the Rolex Submariner." The Seamaster was already in existence. It's not a homage.
Hold on.
I wouldn't call the Seamaster homage.
Wait.
Yeah, and the color of it does not make a homage.
Wait.
It's nonsense to call the Seamaster homage. Yeah, it's nonsense to say.
I'm not saying. Wait a minute. Come on, guys.
You fucking are. You said it's a homage all day, mate.
I
and all
didn't
that's
say
nice.
that Omega is a homage brand because they changed the color.
Yes, you fucking did.
Well, let me finish, and I'll tell you what I said. I didn't say it's a homage brand because they changed the color of the Seamaster. I said it's a homage brand because they changed the color of like 6 other fucking watches, man.
Still
It's not one. It's not one Seamaster.
Tim,
It's the
colors don't make it a
it's
homage.
the
The watch
Skittles.
existed.
It's everything.
This is what James said. The watch
They did like
existed.
10 watches that
But
look
with that
identical.
with that logic, Rolex is a homage to Omega because Omega had the Speedmaster before Rolex had the Daytona. The Speedmaster was originally black. Daytona released a black dial chronograph. You can argue that. Is the Smurf is the Submariner Smurf a homage to the original Omega Seamaster?
One watch, it's acceptable. I think like nobody would blame them if they just made a green Seamaster and that was their end of their release. Okay,
there's only so many colors on the spectrum that a watch company can use.
Dude, there's millions. You know how many colors there are on the spectrum?
Rolex do not own the fucking
there.
color
Let's just do a quick Google check. How many colors are there?
Someone makes the same colors does not make
so
a homage.
there are 18 decillion colors. Decillion. That's not even a billion. There's
the
an
green's
18
not the same.
decillion.
The green isn't the fucking same. You agreed. The green is not the same green. It's different. It's a different color of green. Put next to each other. The greens are different.
I'm not tickers.
Yes.
They made 6 watches that are up like literally almost identical.
Tim,
using very similar colors.
But not identical, but almost
Can you just
identical.
bring that shot up of all the watches in comparison? Because I see where you're coming from, and I actually agree with you that Omega have targeted specific watches that Rolex are doing.
Well, the hottest one.
And
this one doesn't include the Yachtmaster.
But you tell me a market in the world where, right, look at McDonald's and look at Burger King. McDonald's do the Big Mac. Burger King do the
Whopper.
What is it? The Whopper.
Different.
Yeah. Every single market in the world has a product, and an opposition will have a product to compete with that product. What Omega have done is now given the average Rolex wearer a choice, right? And they're basically saying, right, guys, you can go on a wait list forever to try and get one of these watches, or you can walk 5 minutes down the street to our Omega boutique and we will sell you one without the preferred client list, without the bullshit, without the ass kissing, without the I'll buy you, £200 bottle of champagne if you give me some shit watches. None of that shit. You can walk into an authorized dealer and pick one of these up off the shelf without
So,
losing
James-
your dignity.
So
That's all
James,
that's happened. So Amiga are geniuses.
I like how you said without losing your technique. Okay. So James, let me ask you this: you're on top of the world because one of your favorite watches was the Hulk, right? You got that watch.
Mhm.
That's you still want to get it back because that watch
Yep.
was stolen from you.
Yep.
But I mean, you admitted that you're the biggest Omega fanboy. So
Yeah.
you already got yourself on the wait list for the Seamaster Green.
Mhm.
True. Is that true?
Mhm.
Now, do you
Yep.
think that the green Seamaster 300 is going to fill that void in your heart?
No, I think what's going to happen is the Seamaster is a watch that I can wear it, I can beat the shit out of it, I can enjoy it. I'm not worrying about someone stealing it. It's a
Mhm.
watch that I can just enjoy as a watch
Mhm.
and not have to stress about its value retention.
Mm.
I don't have to stress it if I'm in a crowded area. I'm not having to
Yes.
pull my cuff down.
But-
and get,
but
prime
showcase.
example.
showcase.
This watch on my this watch on my wrist, right?
Yeah.
It is a Hamilton.
Beautiful.
Right,
from
this is a
Interstellar.
Hamilton watch. It's worth about £500 or £600. I can
Mhm.
beat the shit out of this watch and not
Mhm.
particularly care.
Yes.
And the Amiga Seamaster is an expensive watch. It's a quality expensive watch, but
Yes.
you can use it as it's
Mhm.
designed to be used. When you've got a Rolex Submariner Hulk that's selling for £25,000,
Yes.
that's no longer a dive watch. That's
Yes.
no
You have to
longer
be
a toy
careful.
watch.
You're gonna get your hand cut off.
It's a save queen. It's a
Yeah.
fucking save queen.
But showcase. What if? So you called yesterday. How many people got on the wait list for this green Seamaster?
There was 28 people after 2 hours.
28 people after 2 hours. You realize that in the next 4 hours, another 100 people called. So there's going to be a wait list for this watch for two 2 years. This watch is going to sell. It retails for $5,400. Gray market, it's going to be a $15,000 watch. Is that going to take away from your enjoyment? It's just hypothetical. Just roll with me.
I will give you. I'll put a bet. Right, we've got a bet for this 10,000 subs thing. We'll cancel that. Scrap that bet because I know I'm going to destroy you on that bet. So we'll just scrap that bet. Here's a new bet. Here's a new bet. I bet you that everybody will be able to walk into an Amiga boutique or an Amiga AD and buy that green Seamaster by Christmas. Amiga don't like these shitty games. Like the Snoopy.
Mhm.
They don't want this. They don't want this hype. They want people to be able to have the Snoopy.
Really?
The only reason they don't have the Snoopy is because the Snoopy's a twat to make in comparison to the other standard Speedmasters.
So you're saying this is not going to be over retail piece?
It will be over retail for the first 6 months.
How much do you think it's going to be over retail?
Maybe 1,000, 2,000, maybe.
I want everybody in the chat and everybody who's watching to type in what do they think is going to happen. Is it going to be over retail? Is it going to be under retail? What do you guys think? Because I'm actually really curious what the audience has to say about this. And also, do you want this piece to be over retail? Do you want Omega to put an artificial squeeze on the green Seamaster just because? Why not? Because they can. Would you want that? I'm legitimately curious. Air King Ben, $5 super chat. We established yesterday with Teen Shit is the new green Seamaster color will be called the Seaweed Master. You heard it here, guys. Air King Ben said it. It's the Seaweed Master. Also, James, the advisor, member for 4 months, super chat showcase, admitted to me yesterday on a Sheen stream that Rolex build is better watch than Omega. I'm sorry, James.
I think no. I think that the Rolex watch, if you were to take a Rolex Submariner and put it next to an Amiga Seamaster, I think that the Rolex Submariner is a better built watch. Watch for watch, I think the Rolex Submariner is a better watch. What my argument is when that's all things been equal. When you take into account the secondary market for the Amiga Seamaster versus the secondary market for the Submariner, I do not see anywhere near that price difference in the quality of the two watches. Well,
But
yeah,
you know what I want? You know what I want Omega to do? I want Omega to tell people to fuck off, that they have to buy a different watch in order to get the green one.
no, because
Yeah.
that's making them no better than Rolex.
I think they're not. I don't think they're any better than Rolex. Mall thread, £1.79. Who cares about the price? I want my Romega Hulk.
But if you were to go through this bottom line of watches here, then so you've got
Yeah.
the Ultra Deep, which
Yeah.
I would argue is a better looking watch than the Deep Sea.
Oh shit!
I think the Deep Sea's got better dimensions, but then the Ultra Deep can go nearly double the depth. So you can forgive the Ultra Deep. The Ultra Deep is a big flex from Omega saying, this is what we can do. Fuck you, Rolex. That's what
it's
that
easy
watch
to
is.
do that when you're the second one. Like you let your competition to take the first spot, see what they can do, and then you just make something that's a little bit better than that. Like that takes no. But they're second. The fact is, Omega Rolex made this watch like fucking what, like 5 years ago, maybe more.
But the Sea Dweller was a reaction from Rolex to the Ploprof from Omega. The Sea Dweller came out.
No, Deep Sea. Sea Dweller.
No,
There was a competition. The Ploprof and no, the way it was they both had, there was a Seamaster, there was the Blank Pond 50 Fathoms, and Rolex Submariner, and then they started competing. Who's gonna make a deeper diver? What Rolex did, they just beefed up the Submariner and made a Sea Dweller. Whereas Omega spent like extra 3 to 4 years to make the Ploprof, but by then it was already too late because Rolex took all the deep sea diving contracts.
But if you go back in the heritage of the two brands, I think there's an argument to be made as to who actually made. I think Rolex did the first actual proper deep watch, but I mean it was unwearable because this thing had like 3 inch of glass on it or something. It was ridiculous. But what I'm saying is the Sea Dweller and the Ploprof were competitors. So the Ultra Deep and the Deep Sea have every right to be competitors, but the Ultra Deep kills the Deep Sea in technical specs. But the Deep Sea, I think,
But showcase again. Look what happened. Look, do you understand? Look, Rolex had the Submariner, Omega had the Seamaster. Then Rolex came out with the Sea Dweller. Omega came out with the Ploprof. The Ploprof competes against the Sea Dweller, but then the Ploprof doesn't sell because it's an ugly, unwearable piece of dog shit. But which I love. I fucking love Ploprof. I think it's one of the most original Omegas on the market. I want one. I don't want any of these Omegas down here on the bottom line. Fuck that. I want the Ploprof. But because it wasn't selling, what Omega did, they literally copied Rolex by creating a Planet Ocean. And Planet Ocean is a way of making it's like a Rolex's way of making watch more water resistant by just beefing up the Seamaster 300. That's all. That's what they did. And now Rolex created the Deep Sea by beefing up the Sea Dweller even more. And this is Omega's reply to the Deep Sea by making Ultra Deep, just beefing up the case of the Planet Ocean. But they're doing it the way Rolex does it. They didn't do it the way they did it before. They did, when they made Ploprof, they set out and it was an achievement, it's an engineering marvel. The Ploprof is an engineering marvel. It's one of the most unique tool watches on the market. It's designed. It's such a genius design. It's got the helium escape valve. It's got the locking bezel. It's got the shock mash with an incredible diving extension. It's just brilliant, but it's unsellable. And Omega was just like, you know what? Rolex knows how to make sellable watches. Let's just do what they do.
I'm just putting something in the private chat for you.
Yep.
So I've just put a link to the Omega website.
Oh.
So this was 19 years.
Ooh, Chronicle of... Okay.
This was 19 years before the Submariner was launched. So if you just scroll to the right.
Which way is right?
That way.
This way. Okay.
So in that one. So in 1932,
Okay.
that was the Amiga Marine. That I think it was 73 meters? I think it said.
Actually seen these, yeah. 73. 73
Yeah,
meters, yeah.
Yeah, depth was 73 meters. Now, I'm not sure when Rolex first did their
Oyster.
but this was the first commercially, widely available waterproof watch.
Interesting. Okay.
So, if we're going to go back in time,
Amiga Marine.
Amiga actually owned this space before Rolex did.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like a reverso, though, don't you think?
It does, but it's it does, but it's
KC 1,000 rubles green Omega. We're all discussing it tomorrow. They pre-order for a year. Checkmate Rolex. Good marketing. I actually fuck me dead. I have to call again just to make sure that my guy, because my guy was supposed to call me today, he didn't. I want to get on that wait list. I want to get Casey. I want to be on this green dial hype train. If it comes out like in a couple of months, maybe I'll be able to scrape by. If you guys keep super chatting, I might be able to get the green. I would love the green seaweed master. The seaweed master, Casey.
Why did
you get one yesterday? Did you order it yesterday? You went on. You went to the AD.
I did.
To get your name on.
I did, but they said they're gonna call me back, and they kind of.
Right.
Well, why do you want to buy a Homage watch, Tim? You just said it was a Homage. Why are you buying a Homage?
Because I can't
you're slagging the fuck out of it, but you want one. That's what you should have reminded me. I heard him in the AD yesterday.
You just said I don't want anything from the bottom row. I said don't want any of the garbage from that bottom row. You just said, and you ordered one yesterday.
Guys,
what's wrong with me, man? I have such
Timmy against the grain. Tim's the guy who goes against the grain.
You're probably going to flip it, aren't you? You're probably going to flip it.
Maybe.
Losing credibility, Timmy. Losing credibility.
I hate flippers. I hate
flippers like myself.
You see, Tim,
I never said I like myself, Tickers. I never said like, oh,
you're gonna fucking flip. You flipper. I can't believe
Tim. What you should do is you promote yourself as the guy who goes against the grain, even though your watch collection is like the most with the grain watch collection ever. But we'll skip past that.
I got this.
What you should do
is
transparent. He's just gone for the safe. You've just gone for the safe bets, haven't you?
You should go for the silver dial. The silver dial Seamaster, the absolute dog of the Seamaster collection, that horrible silver dial.
It would be different, James, if I had money to play with, but because I have to buy safe watches. I can't buy just anything I want. I have to be careful. I'm working on a very limited budget.
Tim, you know what I always say in the chat. I always say it to anybody, and I say it in the chat all the time. Never feel sorry for a guy who wears a Rolex.
No. Feel sorry. Sorry.
You cannot do the poor YouTuber thing whilst owning
the roommate
five high-end watches. You can't own five high-end watches and claim you're fucking broke.
I'm broke because I keep buying watches. I can't stop myself. Every time I have any money, I just spend it on watches.
Tim, the roommate just heard you. She's commented. She's gonna quit her job. She said.
Look at that,
shit.
Damn.
I'm here wearing a Hamilton.
I'm not buying. I don't have any money to buy it.
Poverty.
I'm just talking. I can't afford it. What are you talking about?
See, guys, look. So the roommate is now saying to Tim, but Tim, your family on half
just
of
doing
New
a
York
show.
City.
It's a show.
What are you talking about? You can afford this shit.
It has nothing to do with that. It wasn't stressed because of me.
No, because you don't think about I told you.
Guys, a super chat of $10 for a super slap would be appreciated right about now.
Super punch, I think it'd be no.
Hey, I'm not buying. I got on the wait list because
$10.
What if it sells for 10,000? Then I'm gonna buy it for 6. Sell it for 10.
He's gonna flip it.
He's admitting to flipping. Live on air, he's admitting to flipping.
Live air, he's admitting to flipping.
Just the wait list. It's not buying it. Just go.
He wants to flip the watch. Can't
Guys,
believe it.
$10 for a super slap. Super slap.
Hey, Mike,
$10 on sale now.
No, she's gone.
Fuck me then. You've admitted live on there in front of 186 people that you would like to get one of those new Amigas to flip.
And guys,
Hey, we got
that is
two.
the
Wait,
that is the
why is
mentality.
there two Mike
that
the
is the
Snakes?
mentality of the
What's
average
happening?
Rolex wearer.
Shame on you.
Mike, can you move? Mike?
Fucking
Hey,
shame
how's it
on
going?
you.
How's it going?
Oh my God, we've got two mics.
Double trouble,
Hey.
double Mike. Two snakes.
What is
Fuck's
happening?
sake.
Thank God for that. I
Right,
thought I
yeah.
was tripping.
Hey,
One
Mike.
must
Snakes
be
on
an
the screen.
homage.
Yeah, snake on the screen.
Oh my God. Mike meets
Hey, one of them
Mike meets
green.
Mike. Fuck
Mike.
me then. Mike meet Mike. Hello.
He's copying you. We got two Mike the Snakes. Mike, show us the
Fuck
monster.
me then.
Show
One's
us the
bad
monster
enough.
real quick.
What? Fucking one's bad enough. Fuck me
Just
then. Come on.
leave it like that. Don't try to fix it. Just leave it like that. It's cool.
No,
Hey,
I
one
fucked
green,
up.
one green, and just call them homage.
One of them's an Omega.
Oh. One was a Rolex
Yeah.
fanboy. The other one was Omega fanboy.
One of them was a
Oh.
homage. One of them was a Mike the Snake homage.
No, I fucked up and accidentally logged on twice. Sorry about that, guys.
No, that was good. I liked
Accidentally
it.
logged on twice. How the fuck? Love it.
That was,
You'll be
that was
Mike.
the real Mike the Snake twice.
You're a homage,
Tim-
mate.
Tim-
You had a
Tim,
double your
homage.
pleasure. Double your
No.
pleasure.
Tim, do you remember this batch? This was the
I love it.
original.
Those are over retail. The
Yeah.
OG.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, cool. Very
The
cool.
good days. The good days, man. Guys, just really quickly. Paul Am, £1.79. Basically like buying a Skoda instead of a Volkswagen.
Mhm.
Volkswagen.
Weren't Skoda's high performance cars or no?
No,
Skoda or
No.
Skoda?
no.
Are they? No. Okay, I'm not
Mm.
familiar with that
Now,
brand of
now
car.
the police use them now. The Skodas are fast as fuck now. The police use them. Skoda
Because they're
Octavias.
VWs, but they're not
Okay,
high performance sports
they're
cars.
like a Eastern Bloc
Yeah.
car, right?
Yeah,
They used
check
to
it.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not. Then I know nothing about them. I don't know nothing about Bertha.
1861.
Oh.
Nice.
Well,
Hey, can I get
Beautiful.
my Omega?
Is that the
Yeah.
same Is that the same bracelet, Matt? James, or is it a different bracelet? Is that the
Yes, that-
original bracelet?
No, so that's the 3861, but this is the Hesselite.
Oh,
Ah, right. Well, does it have a
That's-
different bracelet than the
The,
sandwich?
the Hesselite's the one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
that's the classic.
Only very slight difference. So the difference is
What
between
you
the
I'm
between
doing
the
a show, TV show.
the bits in the middle, a little bits in the middle of polished, highly polished on the.
Ah,
Southwest one.
right. Okay, but yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
so Tim
yeah.
went for the expensive, hyped version.
Go take a break.
I went for the
The classic
original full
Hesselite
watch.
version. Right, so are the bracelets dog shit or are they good? What's the bracelets like?
Oh no, I love them. I love the bracelet.
Are they good?
Hey.
Shane, what's the bracelet like on your Amiga? Is it shit or is it okay? Do you like it?
It-
Seriously?
it's just missing a micro adjustment clasp, but
Yeah.
Ah,
I agree.
right,
I
okay,
agree.
right.
No, I
Yeah.
have the 1861.
the 1861 you can get the clasp with the micro adjustment. Did you get it, or you don't have you have one without it?
It has two little dinky holes. That's the
No,
only
but Mike,
adjustment it
you know
has.
you can go to Omega Boutique and you can buy one for it's like I think it's $150, maybe like $200,
It's
and
a
it
clasp.
has a
It
button.
has a.
Yeah, it has a button and you can extend it.
Okay, I just was not aware of that, but mine
Yeah.
fits fine anyways, so I don't worry about it. Mine fits like a glove, so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so make sure you
uh,
check it out. Make sure you check it out.
But really like the 1861. The 3861 has a lot going for it, but I just couldn't. I had them both in my hand, and I just couldn't justify the extra $1,000.
See, showcase.
Hello.
Let me
But,
show you something. So look at this watch. You see this their first diving watch, right?
Yeah,
You said
that's
so.
the Omega, right?
Yeah. Why they didn't create a deep sea diving watch in this type of design? Why did they do it in this type of design that looks like a
You know why?
deep sea
The
Sid
technology didn't
Weller?
exist, Tim, at the time. I mean,
No, you know why? Because it's harder to make sharp edges square handle deep depths than it is something round. Round gives even pressure all the way around.
No, but they can do it on the CNC on the modern CNC machine. You can basically do almost anything you want.
Yeah, maybe today, but not back then. Not back then.
Don't
Not-
say them
right,
fucking
you know,
words.
if
Don't
I
say
were
them words
making it,
PNC machine.
Tim,
Yeah.
if I were making it, you know, it
Yeah.
would have 1,000-year-old Chinese, fucking shit wrapped around the sides, and
Yeah,
it
yeah.
would be all
They
that.
could've,
I
But,
need to say something. Sales rep, Tudors are terrible Rolex replicas. Fucking show me the Rolex that looks like that knobhead.
I'll.
There ain't one.
hey,
I don't know if you guys know
Fucking
this. I
show
don't know if
me
you guys
it.
know this, but I actually heard something very interesting
Tool.
about a Tudor the other day.
put that one up there.
Somebody in the chat might know
you.
this, but apparently Tudor, when Hans Wilsdorf created Tudor, the shield. I know the modern Tudor have shield and everything, but the shield was part of the design way back when. He actually made the shield as a defense for Rolex. So he made Tudor like a buffer brand. So like they're doing today, they're fighting Omega, they're fighting Breitling and everyone while Rolex does what the fight they like. So he made it. Part of the design was the shield was to defend Rolex against competitors. They could use Tudor to go in and fight that battle and leave Rolex to, have their preferred wait list and
to innovate.
their ass rimmed out for them.
You wanted something.
The whole idea of Tudor is to cock block brands like Omega, Breitling, IWC from making homage watches to Rolex.
Yeah, you see, we're talking about homage watches, but Sherling's. I mean, this is an obvious one.
Tudor is a straight up homage watch.
It's
brand,
a homage to what Rolex was.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, from day one.
They're the same company. They're owned by the same company. So
Now,
what's the problem? They're making a homage to their bigger brother company. Not wrong with that. But,
I would expect Tudor to make a Swift and sorry. I would expect Tudor to make a response to these releases. We'll see what it's gonna be. But
every single one of them colors, near enough, looks fucking different.
Muhammad Ali, 9-pound super chat. James is right. The green Seaweed Master will be hard to get for the first 6 months, but by Christmas it will be a shop window watch.
And by Christmas, by Christmas, you'll be able to get 20% off.
So let's look at them colors now. Let's look at them color. Let's look at them colors. The designs are all fucking different. The green is different. The Cameron blue is in the wrong different fucking place.
Yeah, but do you not think that the green? Do you not think that the green Speedmaster knocks spots off the green Daytona? I think the green Speedmaster is beautiful. The green.
It looks a lot better. Yeah, we talked about this yesterday. It does look much better, even with the ceramic bezel. Or
it's actually legible.
It's pretty sexy.
It looks much nicer, but then that might be a badge as well of the John Mayer, the original John Mayer.
I mean, I think though there's few kind of flaws with it, right? Like it's not a screw down. Obviously, they wouldn't do it in a screw down, and also no micro. Oh, actually, you know what? I think this one has the micro adjustment in the clasp. It does actually.
Yes, it does.
Sorry about that. But to respond to Muhammad Ali, I think like if I was CEO of Omega, right, and I already copied all of these watches, I would also copy the marketing strategy. I think people want to go into the Omega boutique and be told to fuck off, get out of here. We don't have it. Like
yeah. That was going to be my question. Is like, are these going to be available or not? Like, if I'm hot on these, am I going to be able to go get one? If they've dropped the bomb now, and I've got my money saved, and I've got it aimed towards a Rolex, but now these dropped, and I'm like, am I going to be able to go in and get one, or am I going to get the same runaround?
I think part of me is thinking this is why actually I placed an order for the green Seaweed Master, because I think they might, and if they do it, they can actually make these watches really, really desirable. And you know what? Then James, you're gonna be singing a different tune. What will happen when they put a squeeze on these green ones? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna defend Omega, or are you gonna say
there's a possibility of what's going to happen with these, Tim, and these might become extremely, extremely valuable. And the reason being, is because Amiga have called them their 2022 novelties.
Mm-hmm.
If they completely just decide after 6 months we're going to just stop the novelty line, because the novelties they've created an entire line of watches called the novelties. If the novelty, the novelty basically means it's a novelty, for a short period of time.
1 year run.
Let's say 6 months. 6 months, and
so
then they
it's
discontinue.
possible. It's possible with the way that they've put 2022 novelties. It's possible that this entire line of watches gets dropped.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then it's gonna be extremely desirable. And what are you gonna praise Omega for discontinuing it quickly, or are you gonna say, oh, this is
fantastic
just like
marketing.
a Rolex? It's a dick
Marketing
move.
is fucking fantastic, isn't it?
Well, yeah, because straight away,
you guys can't have it both ways. You can't be saying, "Oh, Omega is genius," and these are going to be readily available. But then when they're not, say, "Oh, they're even smarter now." Like they're smart both ways. Come on,
grow the hype and then stop it. Grow the fucking hype and make them unobtainable by stopping
every
it.
Rolex fanboy praises Rolex when they add 0.5 millimeter to a watch. They think it's groundbreaking stuff that they've just created. And then when Rolex does something to that model to make it super hyped, because they have one in their watch box, they're geniuses. So what you just said, every Rolex fanboy who has a Rolex collection, that's how they feel.
Well, listen, and I think, but Rolex never discontinued a watch line after like 6 months or something. They never made like they actually go out of their way not to make what people want. Think how long people wanted the Coke. How long did the people want the Coke?
Yeah, they create the demand. They create the hype because
KC 400 rubles, and as a result, Tudor replaced Breitling calibers. Yeah, and that's
that's a joint deal because none of them could get the ETA movements anymore.
It's a win-win. They actually they get opportunity to go after Omega together, because I think Tudor is looking to cockblock Omega, and by partnering with Breitling, they're able to kind of block them off. They don't want them in this space. They don't want them basically rebel streaming against them. So that's why they got into that position. It's all about the marketplace position. Ken Fresno, $2. We should all thank Omega for bringing James back. Oh, that's so true. James,
if you think about it this way, Tim, you've heard. I think is the saying the wolf climbing the hill is a lot more hungry than the wolf sat on top of the hill. So Rolex are sat there, King Dick on top of the hill, adjusting their watches by 0.5 millimeter a year, thinking that the shit don't stink. But Omega are climbing that hill, and they're hungry to be on top of that hill. Rolex have got their hands full, and I said in 2017, and especially after the Caliber 8500 came out in 2012, Amiga were making some killer moves. They started to reduce the limited edition shit that they were doing. They stopped putting 007 on the dial. They stopped doing the gun barrel crap. They stopped doing all the stupid shit, and they started making really cool watches. And we saw it last year, with the Ed White, with the Snoopy, and they didn't limit these. They weren't limited editions.
Yeah, they were limited production, limited runs.
They started doing this shit, and they started making killer moves. And in 2017, everyone said I was delusional for saying it.
You were delusional fantasist.
In 5 years' time, in 2027, that 10 years that I predicted will come to an end. And in 5 years' time, I would like to see where Amiga
are. So let me just read this message because this is a good one. Tim is right on one point. This strategy is branding suicide for Omega. I think dude, as much as I think in short term they'll benefit from this, but if they don't push, if they don't actually innovate, if they can't come up with their own original ideas, they're forever going to be known as like the second best, or not even like second best. I mean, they were second best, but now they're like, I don't know. It's just, to me, it looks there's too many coincidences. If they released two of these, let's say they picked the Seamaster and let's say the Ultra D, and they saved these two for 6 months later. but like dropping 6 watches that look so similar, they're gonna run out of things to copy so quickly. What the hell are they gonna do next?
Just
No,
in
'cause
this line. I mean, they dropped a bomb in every other line
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, but they haven't, Tim, they haven't copied it. The fucking green is different.
What
Tickers,
they'll
The
do,
come on,
dial's
man.
Tim,
It's
different.
green.
The pattern's
Come on.
different.
Come
the
on,
hands
man.
are different.
Come
The
on, they could have
bracelet's
made it
different.
brown. They could have made it
It's got a
purple.
Omega on the dial. It's not got a Rolex on the dial. They ain't fucking
Tickers.
copied it.
The only
They've
reason
just
they
made a green
made
one.
this
They're not
one is
copied
because
it.
John Mayer is hot. The only reason they
They made
made this one is because the Hulk is hot. The only reason they made this one is
Different
because
green,
Paul
mate. They could have
Newman is
made the
hot.
same green,
The
but they
only
haven't.
reason
Made
they
a
made
different
this one
green.
is because James Cameron is hot.
yeah, but
Not
hold
having
on. Rolex aren't going to make a dog shit dial coloured watch when it's not hot. They're going to make a watch that's hot. It's their
They made a
job to
different
make
colour.
it.
Just so they don't copy it, they made a different shade of green. Haven't they, James?
It's their job. It's their job to supply wristwatches to the public, to sell it to the public, and it's their job to make
thing
a
is-
product that will sell.
James,
And they know that
James,
this sells.
every year during Rolex releases, it's the same story over and over. You know what happens during Rolex releases? People turn on the website, they look at the watches, they go, "What the fuck is this shit? Nobody
Same old
asked
shit.
for this." Yeah, they're like, "Nobody asked for this shit. These watches, these are ugly." And then 1 month later, they go, "Oh no, Rolex are geniuses. I didn't even know I wanted these watches, but now I do because they were ahead of the curve. They predicted that I'm gonna like these in a month."
No,
It
what
happens
happens
every time.
what happens is that they open up Chrono 24 in a month's time and they see that these watches are going through the roof. Then they want the watches.
Yeah. That's what really happens.
It's unbelievable, man.
They
see what Omega
realize they can't get them, and then they realize they
right.
want
Thank
them.
you. Sales rep, absolutely right. Rolex don't own the right on colours. That is
Nobody
absolutely
says
correct.
Rolex is not
And
going
they're
to
not the
sue
same colour
Omega.
anyhow. Yeah.
They're not going to sue Omega.
Well,
No, but you're trying to make out that they're not as good because they've just turned around and made a green watch because Rolex made a green watch first.
These Omegas are all $12,000. They're all
Tim,
$12,000.
Can you tell me one thing on the
Mm-hmm.
Omega Seamaster Green, which is the same on the Rolex Submariner?
Yes, exactly.
One thing.
Exactly. Good question. One thing
One
that's
thing?
the same.
What is same about these two watches?
Yeah,
Yeah,
one thing.
yeah, exactly. Yes, asking Tim.
Okay,
'cause Tim's the one
here,
who's
I'll tell you
representing.
what is the same. I'll tell you what is
Yeah,
the same.
please.
Let me explain, because I think you guys are way too focused on the physical aspect of the watch. You're only thinking about the watch as the metal and the ceramic material that it's made out of. You're completely ignoring the branding and the advertising and like the research, whatever went into it. You're avoiding the metaphysical aspects
The
that
person
surrounds this
buying
watch.
just give a fucking shiny shite about that. The average buyer doesn't care.
Omega, listen, Tickers, let me finish. Omega
listening.
had opportunity to make this watch when this Hulk was going below retail. When James picked it out of the case and got a discount for it. Omega had a chance to make this watch for years. For years.
They have been
didn't
making
do
this
it
watch for
because
years.
it wasn't.
Yeah.
Those watches weren't
You're
desirable back
deflecting on
then.
the question.
The
We've got a
only
simple
reason they're
question.
making.
What
I'm
difference?
telling
in
you.
them?
I'm telling you what's the
You're not.
similarity
You're
is.
deflecting.
They're
You're
not. Well, you keep interrupting me. I don't even know what you asked me. I didn't have a chance to finish. Mike K, 4 pounds 49 cents. There's only one Rolex Explorer 2, Tim, the king of what? Just wait until Omega comes out with the Rolex Explorer 2. When they make a homage to that one. Homage cannot be attempted.
Omega are no good at making
Polar
GMT
legend.
movements. They've proven that.
Yeah.
But they
Omega
will.
can't.
You'll see it. I'm predicting right now in 6 months, Planet Ocean GMT in Explorer 2 configuration. I'm predicting it right now.
Tim,
You'll see
it's
it.
a question. Was that a slap in the face in Explorer 2 that they didn't make a homage?
Oh no, they will. They just didn't do it yet because Explorer 2 is not. You know why they didn't do Explorer 2? Because Explorer 2 is not going over retail enough. Omega went for the highest over retail margin watches on the market. Explorer 1, when Explorer 2 start going triple retail, you'll see Omega copy it. You will see that
and
they
the
will
root beer
copy
then.
it immediately.
We
The
didn't
root beer is
get
the other one that's going over.
we didn't get the
above.
difference between the Hulk and the Seamaster.
Yeah, it's in the fact that the similarity is that they didn't. Why now? It's the
That's not
timing.
the
You said the
answer. What do you-
similarity.
We're asking you. We're
I
asking
didn't
what the
say
physical
there's a
difference is.
physical.
Okay, James changed his question.
From
Physical
5
difference.
meters,
What's
these
the
are
physical
identical
difference?
watch
Yeah.
stickers. From 5 meters, these are identical watches.
They're
No, they're
not.
not. No,
They're
they're
not.
not.
They're identical watches from
Th-
5
This
they're
has
meters
not.
the
away.
heat.
The green's
Okay, so
different. For a fucking start.
so it's got the
You
heat
showed
escape
these.
valve at 10 o'clock. It's got a different bracelet.
Showcase. We'll take these two watches onto the streets of London, and we'll ask people who don't know anything about watches to tell us what they think about those two. They'll say that
They don't
these are
care. Then
basically
they're
the
not.
same watch
They don't know about. They don't care. Then people ask people who don't know about
because
watches.
because
I'm
typically
not
don't
most
care.
people
I
I just wanted to steal them off you.
because most people they don't know what it is. It's only 0.01% that care about these little details like it's got the waves. Hulk doesn't have the waves. You think most people
Yeah.
give a fuck about the waves on the dial? They don't care.
But,
They don't
but
care.
Right. They
right.
do care. They do care.
They will look and
They do
you
care.
ask a person that doesn't know anything about watches whether these are similar. They'll say, "Oh yeah, these are almost identical. Look, they got the triangle at the top, They got
no,
the
there isn't a
bezel,
triangle at the top.
color. They both got a date.
But you
Dude,
can't
come on.
guarantee. You can't say that. You can't guarantee an outcome that hasn't been proven yet.
No.
I'll prove it.
Yeah,
we'll go on the
exactly.
street.
Tim,
And
Tim,
go on
like
the street.
hundreds of dive watches that's got a triangle on the bezel. It's part of the function of the watch, so you can't
Yeah,
knock
you
them to
can't
put a
fucking say
triangle
that.
on
The
the
date is
bezel.
in a different
Look,
fucking place. For a
these
That's
start.
functionality.
The date is in a different place.
Most
The hands are
people-
different.
It's just
I'm
a
not
dive
saying
watch.
The different. The dial's
watch
different. The
collectors.
date's in the wrong place. It's a different color. The bracelet's different. The crown guards are fucking different.
These
One's
are-
got helium escape valve. The other one
Come on,
hasn't.
these are dive
How many more
watches. They
fucking
have
differences
same
do you
water
wanna say?
resistance. Guys, same
Tim,
water
Tim,
resistance. Come on, it's the
Tim,
same.
there's
It's
a comment
designed-
from Ken Fresno. Yeah, they were making green
guys
Aquaterra
joking?
beforehand.
Are
No.
you guys joking? These
So
are the same freaking
If they
watches.
make a green dial date just, will Rolex have copied the Aquaterra? Because they had the Aquaterra, Omega had the Aquaterra in green first.
These are identical watches.
Is
Are
that
you
an homage
kidding me?
to the Aquaterra?
I'm sorry.
So if the green Aquaterra has been out a couple of years. If
Green
Rolex,
Aquaterra.
yeah, if Rolex created a green date just at Watches and Wonders, does that mean that Rolex
Rolex did make a green
copied.
date just. They did. But
But
you
not
know
now. They
what
don't have
they
it
did?
at the moment.
Instead
If
of
they
just
did it,
making
if
a
they
flat
released it now,
green-
okay. If
Look,
they released it now,
this
would
proves
it be they're
when
just copying?
Rolex- Yeah, exactly. Rolex didn't copy the green because they made a completely new type of green with that like
palm front.
with the
The
palm
palm
fronds. Yeah.
fronts. Yeah.
They went
Giza
out of
just
their
put-
way
Gi-
to completely
just made a comment that's
design a
perfect.
new type of green. Like nobody ever, I don't think anyone out there done this type of dial.
But that's in a 36. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tim, Giza just put a comment in the chat which sums it up perfectly.
Mhm.
Omega copied Rolex idea, not the design. That's true. I'm not disagreeing with
Yeah.
that. That is 100% true.
Yeah.
And that's what
But you
I
guys are
said.
not valuing the ideas. Ideas are actually more valuable than design. Like most people don't give a fuck about the design. They like these look identical to most people, the normal people, not like us. Obviously, I will tell you that these are two different watches because I can see all the little the curve on the lugs, the 5-link bracelet. Yeah, I'll able to tell you this. But you show this to
Heated
someone
escape
who's
valve.
not a watch enthusiast, and they'll tell you these are identical watches. KC 400 rubles. Tim, even if it's a homage, would you like to own the green Omega? Yes, I would. Yes. I want one. I want one. I think it looks fucking amazing. I love the shade of green. I fucking love it. I didn't want the white one. I thought it was boring, but it's green. I don't, it's a green dial, green bezel. It's so cool.
But here's the thing, mate. If you take that bottom line of watches and you take the top line of watches, if you look across them and you understand both brands and where they've come from, every single one of those watches has design cues from their heritage. So if you look at the Ultra Deep, that has got
Except the Ultra
even the Broad Arrow hands goes back to 1957. you look at the Speedmaster. The Speedmaster has the stick dials. It's got the dot over 90. It's got the the bracelet design. The basic overall design of the watch is the Speedmaster of the 1950s and 60s. You look at the Seamaster. That's got design cues going back, from 1957. Then it goes on to the skeletonized hands, and you go back to the 2254, and then. Do you know what I mean? So when you look at the Omega line, all those watches are Omega through and through. You look at the Rolexes, and all of those Rolexes are Rolex through and through. What Rolex have done is they've launched a color range, which has worked really well for them, and Omega have seen that Rolex can't meet demand, so they've figured, hey, we'll pick up what Rolex can't handle.
I think actually Rolex, if they wanted to, they could have met the demand. Also, someone said it's not Rolex's fault that their advertising is so freaking incredible that they're able to sell every single piece and then have people and be able to actually sell other brands just so that people can get a Rolex. I think, look, part of the reason Rolex doesn't want to meet the demand. You see, they're not interested in meeting the demand. They want their watches to be because see, Rolex, you guys are so focused on the physical and technical aspects of a Rolex watch, you're forgetting about the brand and how they're manufacturing the brand and the perception that surrounds the watches. Because it's not enough that this watch is able to go to that depth, and the thing is but it's the story and the image and how the watch makes you feel. See, you get that John Mayer Daytona. That watch is gonna make you feel incredible. I mean, you're gonna be like a fucking king, a legend. But you get this one in the back of your mind, you will always know
Super
that.
chat from Humble Pine, valid point as well. But
you will just listen. Everyone who buys this watch, James, at the back of their mind, they will know that.
Just before we move on to Humble Pine, then
the John Mayer, the true John Mayer.
Humble Pine. So basically, with the story of the Rolex, what you've just said is that Rolex don't want to sell the watches. They care about the brand and all that bullshit. So what you're saying is that Rolex doesn't give a shit about you. They don't give a shit about anybody in this chat. They just care about themselves.
They care about their existing customers who already own these watches.
Whereas but even then you don't get customer service. Even then whereas Omega will slurp your noodle all day long. They'll kiss your ass. They invite you to events. If you ring up Omega here in the UK, if you ring up Omega, you can talk to them. They'll tell you information. You can speak to people quite high up in Omega. If you reach out to them, they will talk to you and share information. They are watch enthusiasts. They want to talk about watches. They want to talk about the product. They want to get their products out there. They want to sell watches too. They want their watches on people's wrists whilst caring about the brand.
I know, but I think, look, I mean, at the end of the day, though, the person who wears, if you get two people in the room and one is wearing the John Mayer and the other one is wearing the John Mayer Speedmaster, you know that
the guy with the Rolex is the dickhead between the pair.
You know that,
that's true, actually.
100%. You know who's the biggest dickhead.
If I see somebody in the room wearing that watch, I immediately think you are somebody that I do not want to have a drink with.
Yeah, correct.
Or you're really good on your knees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Humble Pine, is this a $10 super chat? Is this Groundhog Day? Didn't you talk about these yesterday?
Get our checkers on the stream now. Fucking no spice in the room. No spice in the room yesterday.
Yeah. No spice. Today we're just having a battle, a brawl.
These are the best live streams. These are the best live streams when it's just a genuine, friendly debate. Rolex versus Omega. All we need now is a Tudor fanboy to be in the house, and we can have a real battle.
Oh,
I'm a Tudor fanboy.
I mean, they did that with their FXD
world. Yes, there you go.
Copy. I mean, that's a dead ringer for the new FXD in every single fucking possible way. It's just a little bit bigger.
What is?
The new Omega.
No, GC, is it fuck? No. It's not. It's just because of the fixed lugs. It's massive. It's much to take.
I just said it's just bigger. but
It's
I mean,
bigger.
in every other way, it's titanium. It's got the same lugs.
Titanium.
You know, so
No,
it's
hang
strap
on,
only.
Mike. Right, first of all, it's not got the same lugs. It's bigger. It's thicker. Come on. You're scratching at fucking straws here, mate.
I mean,
don't try
so
and
aside
put
from
the bear
that,
here. It's not.
I mean,
I think between the FXD and the Ultra Deep, they are complete. I mean, the FXD was created specifically for a purpose for the
For the
military.
Marine Nationale, the other one is not created for the military. It's
And the
fucking
FXD
miles deeper.
True.
The only difference, the only thing in common, it's like a three-handed watch that can dive. That's fucking it. There's no
Let me
other
ask you
real.
something. You guys,
the FXD technically isn't a proper. The FXD is technically not a certified dive watch because it has
Correct.
it has the bidirectional bezel.
Directional bezel, which doesn't make it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
whereas a proper dive watch is supposed to have a unidirectional bezel, because with the FXD you could kill yourself if you were
That's
to rely
right.
on
It's
that.
only and it's only 200 meters.
Yeah.
Which that's a proper dive one, but nothing like that big boy with
Yeah.
fucking 2,000 or whatever. Yeah, I agree totally.
It's chalk.
I just meant like when you're looking at pictures. I know the new Omega's huge, but I mean when you're looking at pictures,
it doesn't look like the. It doesn't look
while
like
they're
the
coming
FXD,
out with
mate.
watches
Oh,
that
mate.
while they're coming out with watches that are dead nuts matches for every other watch that Rolex makes. I mean, granted, their new titanium offering is bigger. I mean, it's a definite shot at the FXD.
Mike, get your fucking specs on, mate. Come on, look at those two. You can't tell
I know
me
the
there.
specs. I know the specs are way different. I mean, it's a way bigger watch.
No, get your spectacles on. Get your glasses on, mate.
The only watch that Omega make that comes close to the FXD is the No Time to Die. The No Time to Die is the only watch that Omega make that's similar.
Let me ask you, Showcase. Let me ask you, Showcase. Let me ask you. Does Omega have no shame? I mean, to copying to the point of even having a single blue line running through the strap. Like, is there zero? Is there no shame?
That down
A single blue line. Are we really classifying these as homages?
Yeah. Is there any shame? And will Omega fanboys defend? Is this the sword that Omega fanboys want to die on? I mean, let me ask you. Just
be dead, seriously.
KC, 400 rubles. My God, KC, you're fucking legend. If you don't understand anything about watches, then you won't buy the green ones. Good
the
point.
One's got a date, one doesn't. There's fucking no difference.
You see, KC's actually got a relevant point there, because if somebody knew anything about dive watches, they wouldn't buy the green Submariner, the green Submariner or the green Seamaster, because when it comes to dive watches, you're wanting to have the colors like orange, something like that, something that is in when you're in the depths.
He said if you don't understand anything about watches, you won't buy green ones. Not if you do. If you don't understand, that's what he says.
Yeah, so if you don't understand anything about watches, then you won't buy the green ones. Yeah, so that's I agree with that. So, but what I'm saying is, if you know dive watches, if you knew something about dive watches, you'd buy something like a Doxa, because a Doxa,
orange,
bright orange, bright yellow, yeah.
Green is purely a celebration. I mean, the reason Rolex made the green bezel and then the green dial is to celebrate 50 and then 60 and then 70 years of the Submariner. It wasn't. They didn't make it green for purposes of diving. They made it for the purposes of celebrating the watch and the heritage that watch represents. Omega did it just to copy. They didn't make it because Seamaster was 60 years old and they wanted to do something special, and because it was Omega colors and the whoop-de-whoop, they just did it because that's the hype right now.
Tim, when Rolex did the Submariner Smurf, did they copy the Omega Seamaster?
Darren Wright, 2 pounds. Can't watch no more. Off to grade my sack. See you the next one. And Red Shovel, 1 pound 79. Sitting here wearing an AP and feel above the argument.
He's sitting smug.
I love this.
So it's a picture on the left in FXD.
Yeah.
And the picture on the right is the new Omega offering.
Yes.
Ultra deep.
Ultra
Okay,
deep.
so yeah,
What do you think?
they are very you know, now that I'm seeing the two side by side, they are very different in appearance.
Yay! Fucking hell, Specsavers. Excellent.
Tea and
Well,
shitters,
no, I'm agreeing.
$5.
I'm agreeing with Tea and Tickers.
Yeah.
When I first saw it, I just thought, wow, you know, that's an
Even the,
FTC copy because of the lugs and
even the lugs are different, Mike. It's got a gap in the lugs. It's got a gap where you put.
Superjet too.
You know, these
Tea and shitters,
yeah,
$5. When you get
stand
told your
corrected.
6K watch isn't a real watch dive.
Dive watch.
I'm not.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. I don't give a shit.
One thing
I-
I'll do,
Really don't give a
I'm going to
shit.
slag Amiga off here. I'm going to slag
Tea and
Amiga off
Tickers,
here.
I stand corrected. Okay.
Like you
Go.
say, no problem.
This ultra deep is quite a stupid. There is something very stupid about this ultra deep. The fact that the sea is generally blue, and they've
Yes.
made the 12, 3, 6, 9, and the seconds hand blue. How
Yeah.
difficult do you think it's going to be to see those numbers
Very difficult.
in low light in the sea?
Very
Yeah.
difficult.
When you look at like the
Impossible.
Planet Ocean, they use orange, and you
Yeah.
look at other brands when they use greens, and
Yeah.
they actually use
The only reason they made this watch blue is because they saw that the Tudor Pelagos was blue, and they
And
used
that-
blue so that there's some visual resemblance.
Wasn't blue the most visible color underwater? I thought
No,
I
no,
read
orange.
that somewhere.
not
Orange.
when you're in a blue sea.
Oh, by
no.
the way, guys, Brian, you have an unboxing?
Yeah.
Do we need a super chat to do the unboxing?
Yeah, and it's not a Seamaster or an Omega or an homage to something. I'm sure it's an homage to something if we go all the way back, but shit, I don't know.
Well,
Yeah,
we
be
can go
careful.
back.
If
Wow.
it's up to Tim, it'll be a homage of a Rolex in some form.
Come
Yeah.
on, Brian. Let's see your green dialed in Victor. Come on.
Green Dial Douglas. Yeah.
And it's not a 31 millimeter anything.
Ooh, guys,
Yeah, like-
how much
yeah.
super chat? Like how good is this watch?
It's non-hype.
Not
It's non-holy trinity, but I would consider it haute horology.
Ooh. All right, so
Blue
He
Sheets
doesn't buy
original.
shit. Brian doesn't
let's
buy
shoot
shit.
for $25 for this unboxing from Brian. Mike K,
Yeah.
£4 49 is the Tudor Royal Steel and Gold a homage watch. Legend has it the Marine Nationale wear them to dinner parties.
Oh, very funny.
Oh, actually, I think he's talking about Tudor Royal
Steel.
Steel and Gold.
They make a two-tone, I
Man.
think.
Well, this is this is a homage to a date just right. Well, it kind of
Really?
it's
White-
kind of a
white
jubilee.
homage
It's
date
kind of
wine.
a fluted bezel.
It's kind of AP on the
And Tudor wants
do-
a watch
Tell
like
me,
this.
do
Case
Rolex
shape.
have the fluted bezel? Do Rolex only design the fluted bezel? No.
Yeah,
Actually, VC
did.
had
Yeah.
that. No, but VC had that style of bezel, didn't they? The 222 was it?
It's a
Yeah.
different style of bezel. It's not
Yeah,
fluted.
that was like that.
It's not
Integrated
fluted.
bracelet and that kind of flute.
I would say that's a fluted bezel. It's different than that bezel. Well different.
that watch is
I,
just kind
I
of
would actually
wrong.
say there's something quite
that watch
zenith
is
about that
wrong.
case as well.
That watch is wrong in a couple different ways. The
There's something
gold
very
is just
zenith
too
about that.
too kapow.
That looks like a swingers starter watch.
Yeah.
Swingers.
It's like I couldn't afford the whole gold.
mean,
so.
When you buying it, Tim?
As I said,
Yeah,
the
the
whole
one on
point,
the right, the one on the right is like that's class.
well,
that's
the
pure
purpose of
class.
Tudor Royal is to cock block
Then
anyone.
we've got three super
who's-
chats.
who's
So you're
in
trying to
this
compare them
position.
two and say they look alike. They don't look anything like it. The fucking bezel doesn't look any.
No,
It's
it
very
doesn't look
similar.
anything
It's very
like it at
similar.
all.
Come on, what do you mean it's nothing like it? It's very similar. I
Is
didn't
it
say it's
fluted?
identical, but it's very similar.
The bezel's not fluted. The shape,
Yeah.
case shape is totally different. The
Yeah.
the bracelet's completely different.
Yeah, there's not a lot of fucking
There's just
difference.
nothing. There's
Very
nothing
similar.
related
Come
between
on,
these two
I
watches.
didn't say
Some
it's
of them have 3
identical.
fucking hands. There is nothing the same really about them. That's got Roman numerals. The other one's got indices. not-
Well, no, there's
nothing-
one with
nothing-
Roman numerals. You want me to pull up one with Roman numerals? I mean,
Go on,
I
then,
can
you
pull up
let-
No.
one with
no,
Roman
you-
It
numerals.
doesn't matter. That's the
Pull it
last
up,
thing.
Timmy.
That's the last thing that
Pull
makes
it
it
up, Timmy.
different.
Look right there,
Okay,
Roman
You know,
numerals.
guys.
Come on, guys.
You know, guys. I read. I read in.
Oh, Okay, that's Roman numerals. The case is different. The bracelet's different. The fucking bezel's different. What else can we have? The date
It's-
window's half the fucking size. What else can we have?
It
Did you
doesn't have
know-
it doesn't have it doesn't have a
9 o'clock,
Cyclops.
there's
No
indices. At 9 o'clock,
Cyclops.
yeah, no Cyclops. At 9 o'clock, there's an indices versus a Roman numeral. Fucking
It's
hell, what
very
else should we
similar.
have?
Yeah, I mean,
Jesus
you can
Christ.
you can say
Clutching
as
at
many times as
straws
you want.
here.
It's very similar, Tickers.
Clutching at
It's very
fucking
similar.
straws here,
Ronnie
mate.
Paul,
Just
$5.
look at the case and,
Wait,
and
one
how
second, one
the
second, one
bracelet.
second, one second. 1 second. Let me just get through these super chat, guys. Give me a second
Sure.
here. Ronnie Paul, $5 Canadian. Squint and that Omega watch. I think he was talking about the which one? This one? Looks like a Yachtmaster with a slate dial and blue hands writing.
He's talking about the ultra.
Amiga, what she says.
Yeah,
Omega,
he's talking
I'm
about
sorry,
the
I'm sorry, I'm a
talking about that
moron.
one too. He's talking
Okay,
about
here we
that
go.
one. Yeah.
Ah, it's
A little
true.
bit, kind of.
Yes, it's my wife's watch. Actually, it's the Yachtmaster rhodium dial. Yes.
I'll tell you something, I wouldn't want to argue with the
baby
woman that could
blue
pull that
hand
watch off.
and the baby blue writing in the ultra
It's
deep.
got a
There's a
segment
37
turtle
case.
case. The
There's a
case is a
37.
turtle case.
Can you
Good point.
imagine? Can you imagine what kind of burly woman you'd have to be to wear that ultra deep? I wouldn't want to meet her in a dark alley.
I've
Yeah.
seen some whales. I've seen some whales. A
Whales,
very
it's
private
easy, it'd be
gentleman,
Moby
5
Dick to wear
Have
that
you
one.
done much mountain
pounds.
climbing, Tim?
Tim, he wrote
Actually,
a
this
message
would
down
be
below.
really light.
Have
He
you
wrote-
done
One
much
second, let me
mountain
just read this
climbing in your
message
down below.
from the very private gentleman. It says, "Oh, very private gentleman. I remember. Greetings, gentlemen. James' thesis on Omega and Tudor is shared by many of us, including myself. Omega has delivered the lifeline that many have been waiting for. Treatment by Omega is superlative." Hey, I don't deny that. I don't deny it. But
That's
some people
one-
they love to be abused. You know how those caverns, right, where people get bondage, they get tied up. And
Yeah.
That's a Rolex AD, isn't it?
That's a Rolex ADs. Yeah.
Tim, when you come down to Northern California, we can go to one of those places in San Francisco.
Yeah, I would love to go to one of those places.
Yeah.
You're going to a bondage club with Mike now.
I mean, like I'm a Rolex fan. I'm a Rolex
Oh, they're
fanboy.
great,
We
man.
love the punishment. Lock
Jesus.
Jim $2.
You're sleeping with Archie in a couple of weeks. You're going to bondage clubs with Mike. It's something you want to do.
Exactly. Wait, one second.
Well,
One second.
I used to run a porno
Guys, just
shop.
give me a minute. I'm gonna mute everyone. Lock Jim $2. Tim copies Archie and Omega copies. Well, you can basically say that my live stream is a homage to Archie's. Which it is. But I try to improve, right, with the good quality audio, with beautiful visuals, and
as Amiga does to Rolex.
I'm even taking Archie's dial color, meaning Mike the Snake. See here, got PG $5. Tim, I apologize. I know this isn't a proper place to bring this up, but Tickers, I'm late and it's yours. What's going on? Explain this to me. What's going on?
I'm late. He means the period's late and the baby's mine. Jesus Christ.
Apparently, if you
ouch,
if you put a tool in their ear, you can get pregnant.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm wearing earmuffs to London.
Fuck me dead. In KC 400 rubles, Omega will always have space and the Olympic Games. Yes. Thank you, Omega, for the opportunity to diversify the collection with the colors. I love the colors, and that's why I'm really excited for. If I could afford Omega Seamaster in green, I would love to have one. Actually, I would love the Ploprov above all. That's my number one Omega piece. But I wouldn't mind a green T and shit is $2. Tim is a homage of Archibald Chesterfield III. Thank you.
Just out of interest, Tim, what do Rolex do currently with the dive? With the dive stuff. Do they like Amiga's got the Necton? What's Rolex got? Have they got anything going on with the deep sea stuff?
No, it's quiet. They're not doing anything.
So they've given up. So basically, they've given up on the professional watches.
No, they're not giving up. Look, I don't know. They just redid the Explorer 2, right? They perfected it to its utmost limit. Guys, we have 10 minutes to go. Brian has a watch to unbox. Let's do $10.
Yes.
$10 super chat. We're gonna unbox Brian's brand new watch. We want to see what he's got.
What's with the 11
excited.
o'clock finish? Is Archie on then, or what? What's on?
Yeah,
with the
Archie
early
doing
finish?
an early show, and I'm gonna go help
okay.
him out. He's doing
Is
doing
Arch on
something there.
early?
Yeah, he's early on.
Early, an hour early. Why do
Yeah.
you want to get the Brit? Is he doing it to get the Brits in? Is he?
I don't know, but he
the
asked me
Brits were
to help him run the show. He's gonna have to
fair
also
enough.
leave early, so I'm gonna be
Fair
helping
enough.
him out today. That new Planet Ocean 600 meters has fixed lugs like
no,
FXD.
no,
It's a
this argument,
disgrace.
yeah.
Yeah, look at this. Tickers, you should be shitted off by Omega as well.
Don't
They
really know.
blatantly-
Tudor do not own the rights to fix lugs. That actually
Well,
is
I think
Rolex.
Omega have
This
actually
was the
done
Mil-
fixed
the Mil
lugs in the
stuff.
past.
they
Omega,
have the right-
Omega with the Seamaster 300 and Rolex with the Mill sub.
Tickers, is this a coincidence that there's a single blue line running
Actually-
through the strap?
Actually, I think it's Omega because the
Yeah.
Seamaster 300, the original one given out to the Navy, that had fixed lugs. I don't think the
Yep.
5513 did, but the 5517 did, I'm sure. And that
You're
came.
right,
The 5517 came after the Seamaster 300.
But did they have to make it in blue? Just like
Well,
the
actually, Tickers
there's
have
too
just
many
had a-
coincidences, Tickers. I'm
Tick-
surprised you're not ticked off by this.
Tickers
Well-
has just made a very good observation there. That the fact that the Amiga Seamaster 300 for the military spec one had
Yes.
fixed lugs before Tudor had anything to do with the Marine Nationale.
But why did they
So
wait?
Tudor's
until-
ripped Amiga off.
wait.
Yeah.
Showcase. Why did Omega wait until Tudor ripped off a watch they had back in the 70s, hyped up the whole market, and only now they're re-releasing it?
Tim,
Now that
Tim-
Tudor did all the hard lifting.
You don't really think that a watch that can go 6,000 meters got designed within 2 months?
And
They've been working on
and
this watch
Tudor
for
don't
years.
own the blue. Tudor don't own the blue, so that's it. And the fixed lugs are different. The fixed lugs are not the same. The Mantra ones are not the same.
Yeah, there's just excuses.
So let's
More excuses,
concentrate.
More excuses.
Yeah,
Rolling
unboxing time.
Mania,
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the £9 super chat. Show us the Fiker watch,
Fuck me
Brian.
dead. How big's that? But I can fit in that fucking
Ooh.
box.
Oh, no,
How
no,
big's
no.
that box?
Geneva steel? That's
no.
Moser. It's a Moser.
It's not that big.
It's a Moser.
No, okay.
Oh, Timmy Google got it.
No. I didn't Google anything. I know the shield, the Moser shield.
Peruka got it as well. Peruka put it in. Peruka knew with it as well.
Yeah,
It looks kind of like a Transformers head.
Peruka's
shield
a little
does.
bit on the inside of this one.
Darren Wright, 2 pounds, finished grading. What's the pound of the green Seamaster?
Well, get phone calls in. Here it is.
Oh.
Come on.
Be careful. Be careful.
I'll take this
Cover
out.
your face.
Yeah. Take it out the
Okay,
box.
but now I can't see anything.
Oh, I never seen this. What the?
It's the
what
bathroom
is this?
scales. It's
Wow.
the bathroom scales on your fucking wrist.
Whoa. This is like a
No,
gondola version.
that
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like bathroom
You're
scales.
not
on
going to
your-
accuse Moser of
Cover
Yeah,
your face.
ripping off, ripping off the gondola.
come on,
It's a
man.
gondola ripoff, guys.
I actually
Homage.
like it. I actually
It's a
like it.
gondola homage.
That's nice. I like
That's
that.
beautiful.
Very vintage, retro.
Yeah,
looking.
very nice. Very
Yeah.
vintage.
Very clean.
Very vintage.
This is a 10-year-old Henry double hairspring from Moser,
Interesting.
and
Second
it is a big son of a gun.
Yeah, it
What
looks
size
like
is
it.
that, eh? What size
How
is
big?
it?
It's
Yeah.
44 millimeters wide,
Ooh.
and it's like 52 lug to lug, but it's got the little Endeavor carved out lugs on the
I thought you
side.
didn't have big. I thought you didn't have big wrists. Am I wrong? thought
I
you
don't
had
have big. No, you'll see it on the wrist here shortly, but
Ooh, this is
It'll
not
be
cheap.
shortly.
there
thought you-
is the money shot.
Now,
Oh,
when
Wow.
somebody
Just
says
wet.
lug, when somebody says lug to lug, do they mean pin to pin, or end of lug to the end of lug?
End of
End
lug to end of
lug.
lug that way.
Okay,
That's
because
beautiful.
pin to pin means a lot because the pins can be way inset, and
Yeah,
that watch
it
can
does.
fit a much smaller wrist while having a 55,000 foot lug to lug. It
Just
can
wear it the
still
other way.
fit on a
Just wear it the
smaller
other way,
wrist.
Brian. Just turn it inside out and wear it with the with the movement
Just
on the
out
side.
of interest, is that the original strap?
Yeah, this is the Moser strap.
wow.
That's a
No.
really
I love that
Brian
gray.
has a
I love
really
gray and
good
orange. That
taste.
pops.
You always
It's a
find
really
some
cool
very
watch.
interesting,
cool, yeah.
unique pieces.
And there it is, not so tight on my
Not-
wrist.
Yeah, you need to size
Yeah.
that bracelet.
No, I don't want to
That-
size it because I want to wear it down here, and I want it a little loose.
Okay.
Because if I
Don't
brought it
call
down
it a
the
bracelet.
next
It's a
one,
strap, mate, not a bracelet. You keep calling these straps
Wow.
bracelets, man. Very uncool. That looks right. That fits you all right, that mate.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah,
Did it come in green?
no, it was freaking hype. Sorry.
Oh,
See, Moser is not following the hype. They set the trend. They're
Well,
not,
and this
they're
was
not the
made,
homage brand.
this was made in
Homage.
2011.
Yeah. Oh, but maybe at that time. I have some images here of what
Yeah,
the
there it
watch looks
Very
like.
nice, man. That is just
It's about the
clean.
biggest you can. It's about the biggest you can have, though, isn't it, Brian? To be honest, you wouldn't want any bigger, would you?
Yeah, I'm not going to wear it under a dress shirt.
No, you wouldn't want any bigger size-wise, would you? I mean, it
No,
fits
no,
your
no.
wrist massively, doesn't it? Yeah.
And it's a winder. I
Yeah,
love it.
Wow.
I
Hand
mad
winder as well,
respect.
love it.
I
Hand
love
winder,
winders,
yeah.
man. I actually prefer winders over autos.
3
It
days.
says it's a
3-day
double
power.
hairspring.
Yeah.
What the hell is a double hairspring?
So the double hairspring is Moser's way of doing a lower priced tourbillon because the two hairsprings work opposite of each other.
Yeah, it's like
So when one's
dueling
pull-
hairsprings.
Yeah, so they're
Oh,
pulling
shit.
away from each other, keeping it as even as possible.
That's
Yeah.
It's a beautiful movement, that though.
Wow.
That's really nice. That.
See,
Yeah,
this is
lots of-
the shield that
yeah.
I was talking about. That's
Is that a
on-
power reserve on the back? Man,
Wow.
that is fucking cool.
Manual.
Well, no,
lock.
I don't like power reserves on the back. It's like having a fuel gauge in your glove compartment. I've said that.
No,
before,
it's
but
better.
apart from
It's
that,
better. It's better
It's
to
not.
have it on the back because
It's
you
not.
only
It's not.
check
You're
it
driving on your
once.
car. How much fuel have I got?
we've only got 3 minutes, guys. Let's save them
How
for
much power
tomorrow.
have got me watch? I can't tell. It's under. I've got to
No,
take
you
the
tell
watch
in the
off to see how
morning.
much power it's
Tickers.
on.
Let me
Yeah,
explain
yeah.
how it's done. In the
is it
morning,
done?
when you're putting on the watch, you
Yeah.
pick it up, you pick up the watch, you check how
Yeah.
much power it's got, and then you wind it.
So
Mhm.
what?
Then
Okay,
you
if
check
you wind the
it's
watch
got
every
full
day,
power,
what's
and then
even
you
the point?
whack it
What's
on.
even the point of having a power reserve then? If you wind it every day, what's the point of having a power reserve? Because you wind it every day.
Because maybe you
What's the
don't
point
wind
of
it
having
every
one?
day. That way you
What's the
don't
point of having a
overwind it.
meter on the back?
No,
If you
because
wind it every
that
day,
way.
what's the point of
No,
having it?
tickers.
Uh,
First of
I-
all,
I had a-
it tells
I had
you
a
how
panner-
much left winding
Like filling
you
your
have
car
to
up with
do.
petrol every day.
Look,
I
I'm-
had
I'm-
I used
Yeah.
to have
Never-
a panner I windered that was an 8-day power reserve, so I only wound it on Saturdays once.
Well,
once a
look, I
week.
had a problem. I'll give you guys an example why a power reserve is really nice. I picked up my Omega.
Yes.
I wound it. I don't know how much, but
Yeah.
then at 12 o'clock it ran out of power
All right.
because I didn't know how much left was there because I didn't want to get to the point where it applies the brake.
Yeah,
And
that's
and
not bad
stop
for the
you
watch,
from
by the
winding.
way.
It's not bad
It
for the
made-
watch. You wind it till it stops and it put the brake on. It's fully wound.
It's designed
But
for
I don't
that.
want to do that. I didn't feel
It's
I don't feel
designed for that,
comfortable.
No.
Okay, but I didn't feel comfortable going all the way to the end.
Ah,
It,
right.
it's just
Okay.
it
Hey,
made me
I'll see you
nervous.
guys. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day.
Mikey!
See you, Mike. Good to see you,
Yeah,
man.
Mike. Take care, my man.
Yep.
Congratulations on the new watch, Brian. It's
Lovely watch,
it's a
Brian.
very sweet pickup. How much did you pay for that? Can I ask?
This one was it was a 2-watch deal, and they gave me some money. So I sent them 2. I got 2, and they sent me the watch and a check.
Wow.
Wow. Excellent.
And
Freaking-
it's all white gold.
Ooh.
I mean, this watch, dude, like white gold, like finished movement, beautiful dial, square watch. This could go into like almost any collection. Perfect dress piece.
Was that
And-
vintage? Was that vintage Omega in that deal? Have you still got that?
Oh no, I still have that.
Oh
I
no,
thought you
this
might
looks
have
like
thrown
exactly
that in.
like the paddock. If you were asking me.
Sorry, Tim, I'm going to just head over to Archie stream. He's just started.
Oh
so
yeah,
I'm gonna head over
I'm
there,
ending right now. There we go, guys. We're just thank
but Ryan,
you.
that's a beautiful watch. Wear it in good health. Beautiful
Yes,
watch.
Ryan, have a great
Yeah,
holiday.
congratulations,
Ryan. I know you
Brian.
are. Ryan, we'll be in contact about London to go and meet up.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and
Great
Palm
show,
and
everybody.
Malfred are coming to meet you. We've worked out where we're going to eat. Well, we've worked out where we're going to eat.
Cool,
We've got
guys.
Great.
Great little
Still
show we
live.
got here. Brian, congratulations on the new watch. Night Wrist Watchman, thank you for hopping on. And Tickers, great debate there we had.
We have definitely
Guys,
great.
I'll see you all probably tomorrow. We'll see. Good night, guys.